Dino football on the Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM. Carbon Dino football, powered by Castle Country Radio on KRPX 95.3 The Peak and online at castlecountryradio.com. And now for tonight's play-by-play, let's join Sonny Buscarini and Aidan Mortensen.
Good evening and welcome to Carbon Dino football here on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play tonight. It's homecoming here at Carbon High School. We're home. Great atmosphere tonight. Place is filling up, and it's the Carbon Dinos against North Sanpete. Hello, everybody. I'm Sonny Buscarini. Welcome to the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. And tonight, joining me once again on the broadcast booth, Aidan Mortensen. Aidan, pleasure to have you here tonight for the homecoming game. Hard to believe that we're already there in the season. As we're through half of it, rounding the turn and heading for home here for a football season that has gone by very quickly.
Oh, holy cow, Sonny. We are that far into the season already. It's crazy to think about that we're already this far in, but this has been a fun season for the Dinos under first-year head coach Nick Milovich. Lots of changes the past 3 years. Milovich marks the third head coach in as many years for the Dinos, but under Milovich, you can see a definitive culture shift in the Dinos players. You look at their body language, whether they're winning, whether they're losing, they're always standing tall, and that's something that I think is going to pay dividends as Coach Milovich continues to build the culture here at Carbon High School.
The Dinos come in 2-4 on the season, 0-3 in region play. They're ranked number 10 in the RPI rankings, and we'll go through that here in a minute, Aidan. And they play North Sanpete. North Sanpete with a coming off a loss, but they are ranked number 7 in the RPI rankings. They are 4-2 and 1-2 in region play.
And something that's the thing is this is a gauntlet of a region. We talk about it week after week, time and time again. 3A South is a absolute nightmare to try and play through. The one team North Sanpete defeated, Canyon View, on a last-second field goal at Canyon View. So it was an impressive win for the Hawks as they came away with that one. But since then, they faced a lot of tough tasks. And like you alluded to, they're coming off a 42-0 loss to Cedar just a week ago. So this is going to be a tough challenge for both teams to try and bounce back.
Yep, absolutely. As we'll take a look at the RPI rankings here for the 3A classification. We'll do like we did last week, as we always do. We'll start on the bottom, work our way up. You just chime in as we go up the ladder, okay, Eden?
Sounds good.
Van Loman is sitting at number 13. They are 0-5. And then we got Union sitting 12. They are 3-3. Logan 11 at 2-4, and the Carbon Dinos at 2-4 sit number 10.
And it's a tall task because this bottom half is a very competitive group. You look at Union just a few weeks ago, coming away with a 40-7 victory over the Emory Spartans. So they're no slouch of a team, but because of how challenging 3A is, they sit in the bottom half of the rankings.
Canyon View sits number 9, 4-2, and when we watched Canyon View, we were very impressed with them. They're sitting number 9. That just shows you how tough the 3A classification is.
It is. That's another tough team in Canyon View. They're a very strong, stout group. Defensively, one of the best teams we've seen so far that the Dinos have faced.
So 9-8-7 are teams that the Dinos have played, or one of them will be playing tonight, as Ogden sits number 8 at 4-2, and then North Sanpete at number 7. They are 4-2 as well. Let's talk a little bit about North Sanpete, since we're sitting at the 7th spot, and that's where they're at.
Now, Sonny, this is an interesting season for North Sanpete. They, too, have a first-year head coach, but unlike Coach Milovich, this isn't his first stint as a head coach somewhere. They are underneath Dave Peck, his 5th stint in a head coaching position, his 2nd at North Sanpete. The first season came in 1984, where he went 7-3. So he started his head coaching career as a North Sanpete Hawk. Moving on, he moved on to Clearfield, and he most notably made his name at Bingham High School, Sonny. He was able to win 5 state championships during his span there, 06, 09, 2010, 2013, and 14, going back-to-back. He was a key architect of that Bingham dynasty, and now looking to bring that same tenacity to North Sanpete.
Found a home at North Sanpete. They sit number 7, Grantsville number 6. Grantsville 3-3, and then there's Juab, number 5, a team that the Dinos played last week. They're 5-1 at number 5. Manti sits 4 at 3-3, a team that the Dinos will play in the future.
Yeah, we have them in 2 weeks back here at the Dino Den. Always a tough task when the Templars come to town. Just a very high-powered offensive group, and this year they've added a tenacious defense that has really shocked a lot of teams.
Richfield sits number 3 at 5-1. We went to Richfield. We were there. It's a very good Richfield football team with a 5-1 record, sitting number 3.
And Richfield, just one of those teams that is consistently good across whenever they're playing. They are heading into a season fresh off a second-place finish in state, and the season before that, state champions they were. So a very tough team always in Richfield.
Morgan sits number 2 at 5-1, and the number 1 team in 3A is Cedar. They are 6-0, and they look good.
That they do, Sonny. Dropping from 4A in the offseason, where they're kind of more of those mid-tier teams in the 4A classification. They've dropped down to 3A this year, and they're making some major noise.
Take a look at the North Sanpete Hawks. As you said, head coach Dave Peck. But if you look at their key players, Aiden Aki, 72 yards rushing, 4 total touchdowns. The running back, he's a senior. He wears number 4 for North Sanpete.
Yeah, and he's that consistent ground game for North Sanpete that they're looking for. Like you mentioned, nearly 73 rushing yards per game. He's able to really ground and pound his way to a lot of success.
Senior quarterback wearing number 5, Maddox Madsen, 416 yards passing, averaging 83 yards per game, 5 rushing touchdowns, 5 pass touchdowns. He does have 6 interceptions, but as you can see by the stat, he can run the ball and throw the ball as well when they get down in the red zone.
That he can, Sonny, and that's what makes him a real threat, especially in the red zone.
And senior defensive back wearing number 14, Braden Palmer, 2 interceptions, 38 tackles.
And 4 of those coming at a loss, Sonny. He's one of those players who you hate to see him playing in the secondary, but you also hate to see him flying towards your face as a quarterback.
And we've said a lot of seniors. There's a sophomore linebacker wearing number 56, Wyatt Hobush. 3 sacks, 28 tackles, 8 for loss, and he's only a sophomore.
Yeah, and that's always scary. That's something we've seen time and time again. There is a stud sophomore on almost every team we have seen. Hobush, no exception. That 3 sacks leads the team.
North Sanpete, they're allowing 18 points a game while scoring 24.6 points per game. Let's take a look at the Carbon Dinos with the head coach, Nick Milovich. His first year, 2-3 on the season, 0-2 in region play. As we said, ranked number 10 in the RPI rankings. We'll take a look at some key players. We'll start with senior tight end, number 87, Maddox Wilson. 3 touchdowns, 2 receiving, 1 rushing, 157 receiving yards. On the defensive side, 1 sack and 19 tackles. He can do everything.
That he can, Sonny. He is a true utility knife for the Dinos. And what stands out about his offensive numbers is he leads the team in receiving yards, and he does so facing a triple team nearly every game. There's not a moment where you see Maddox Wilson uncovered or even covered by one person. You're always seeing at least double team pressure.
Junior running back wearing number 2, Dexter Packard. He is 397 yards, 66 yards per game, and 2 touchdowns. And when he gets to the outside, he presents a problem for the defense. When he gets to the corner and gets around that corner, it's not good for the defense.
Now, in the open field, Dexter Packard is near impossible to bring down with only one man. He navigates the field so efficiently, and he's only a junior, Sonny, and we're going to notice that as we go down these key players is that a lot of these are underclassmen.
Junior quarterback number 15, Caden Dunn, 6 passing touchdowns, 52% completion, 542 passing yards. And he's a junior. He's stepped into that role, and I think he's done a great job.
I think he has, Sonny. He's done a good job managing the game, and that's what was asked of him coming in on such short notice is, hey, you don't need to come in. You don't need to take over each game. You need to do what you need to do to win, and he has done just that.
We got senior linebacker number 24, Jordan Nichols. He has 44 tackles, 2 pass deflections, 1 rushing touchdown, 2 kick returns for touchdowns. When they kick to him, and you'll see tonight that they'll try to avoid kicking the ball to Jordan because he makes things happen when he's returning kicks.
That he does, Sonny. He is scary once he gets that ball in his hands on the kickoff. He just has a way of weaving and winding and navigating opposing special teams units to find his way to the promised land. He's so fun to watch. Excited to see what he does tonight.
Junior linebacker number 30, Daxton Maurer, 56 tackles, 4 for losses, 1 sack. We will say his name a lot tonight on the defensive side of the ball.
And Sonny, you talk about a kid who's like a homing missile. He is just that. It feels like every time there's a play that's about to get out of hand, he comes flying in and lays down the boom.
And we have senior cornerback number 6, Caleb Sorensen, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery, 11 tackles on the season. We'll say his name a lot tonight on the defensive side as well as the offensive side.
That we will, Sonny. He's a key player on both of those. One of those dual threat players. Normally when you say dual threat, you're thinking of a quarterback who can pass and run. This is a wide receiver who can also play defensive back. He's a stud.
So the Dinos, they haven't been shut out this season. They're allowing 33 points per game while scoring 20.8 points per game. But something that we've talked about a lot through the season, and you and me both are impressed with the way the Dinos are tackling this year. They're not missed tackles. They are gang tackling. They're pursuing the ball. And that's something that they're doing really well.
No, it's incredible to see. They're very team-oriented when it comes to the defensive side of the ball. And there have been moments, Sonny, where I was sure the other team was going to find the back of the end zone very easily. You look at the Richfield game, for example. They fumble on the 20-yard line. Richfield sets up there to open the game. It looked like it was going to be a sure Wildcat score. But the Carbon defense said not today, and they buckled down, and they were able to force a turnover on downs. That's the kind of dedication you're seeing from this defense.
I believe the first 5 times Richfield had the ball, they started inside the Carbon 40-yard line. The defense held them 3 times. That game could have gotten out of control quickly, but the defense held their ground against a Richfield team ranked number 3 in the state. So I think the Carbon Dino defense has played really well.
And it's a preview of what this team can be. And if they can play with that same mentality they had in the Richfield game, Sonny, I think they can go into postseason play and shock the world.
Now, on the offensive side of the ball, the Dinos have been able to move the football. They've been able to move the football pretty well. They just haven't been able to put the ball in the end zone. When they get down to the 30-yard line, it seems like the offense starts to struggle a little bit. But they have been able to move the ball on many drives. The Dinos have been able to move the ball in the air and on the ground, both with balance.
That they have, Sonny, and that's what's been most impressive. Last season, we saw a very pass-heavy offense with the air raid. But you and me, this is one of the few things we kind of agree on when it comes to football, is we like that more balanced approach to the game. If you can attack by land and by air, you're going to set yourself up for a lot more success.
Yeah, absolutely. I think just like you. I mean, it makes it tougher on the defense when you have a balanced attack. And the Dinos, they can run the football. They can throw the football. They play North Sanpete tonight here at Carbon High School. It is homecoming here tonight for the Carbon Dinos. Great atmosphere, band playing, cheerleaders are cheering. It's a great atmosphere tonight for homecoming. North Sanpete coming to town, and we're going to have a good game tonight.
That we are, Sonny, and like you mentioned, that atmosphere electric here. Castleview Hospital down near the concession stand. They're giving out free hot dogs right now. It's fun when the community can get involved in such a big way. We have Eastern Utah Community Credit Union here. They have some fun going on in the parking lot. So it's a real tailgate atmosphere here at Carbon High School, and I love the feeling you get with homecoming, too, because you look at the marching band right next to us, too.
Yep.
They're absolutely rocking it right now. They're looking sharp, so I'm excited for today's game.
We got banners hanging all over the stadium. It's a good night for football here on a Friday night. We see a little bit of clouds to the east of us. We've seen a little bit of lightning. It's a little bit away, and I think we're going to be okay tonight, Aiden.
I think we are, too.
Well, we've been lucky so far with weather.
That we have. We have really dodged a lot of bullets.
Yes, we have. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have an interview that Jordan did with the head coach of the Carbon Dinos, Nick Milovich. He came into the studio and talked to Jordan. We'll play that for you when we come back here on the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. Sonny Buscarini, Aiden Mortensen, Carbon Dino Football, 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
perfect smile. They specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care, from porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges. Their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
Joining us right now to talk about tomorrow night's game and to recap what went down last week, we have Carbon High School football coach Nick Milovich. And, Coach, it's always a pleasure to get you on. Thank you again for the time today.
Always. Thanks for having me.
Definitely. I know that there is a lot to get into with homecoming, and we can touch on that in just a moment. But, Coach, I do want to go back to last week, a game against JUAB. We knew it would be a difficult opponent. Not only is it one of the elites in this classification, but you also had to go to their place, and the final outcome was a 38-3 win for JUAB.
Yeah. And they're always tough numbers and size, but we were able to do a couple of good things that I was sure proud of. Again, we were able to march down the field a little bit better. It's just trying to get that ball in that end zone. So that's just what the focus has been since Richfield, and we're just getting there. We just got to build that confidence up. But, yeah, we knew our region was tough, but I'm thankful for the kids and their willingness to fight. Honestly, just a couple of mistakes. The kick return for a touchdown didn't help. The pick six didn't help, and that's 14 quick points right there. But the ability to drive in that game, especially with a bigger opponent, hopefully sparks something in our kids that we can play with anyone. It just boils down to execution.
I know, Coach, that when we've talked about the red zone struggles, and it doesn't really matter if it's the upper red zone or the lower end zone. I think anytime you're going up against a really athletic team, it just shortens everything up. It's more compact, and it makes it that much more difficult when you're going up against top-notch athleticism. I also know that you and your coaching staff, you guys take accountability. So when you take a step back and you look on Mondays or you look on Sundays or whatever day it is where you go back and you review film, what are some of the things that you try to fix as a coach as far as efficiency inside the 20-yard line?
Absolutely. We need to look at matchups and to see if the play calls were maybe if there was a secondary option there or that we may have just missed, maybe a read-based or something like that, or a missed blocking assignment or things like that. And so I was happy to see that there were things that looked good on film in terms of red zone and in terms of matchups and things like that. It just boiled down to just not maybe looking in the right way, or maybe just putting more touch on a ball, or I know we had a bad snap that kind of hamstringed us a few times. And so in terms of play calling, I feel like it's there. It's just a matter of reading it better. And definitely the invaluable nature of film going into this week and things like that is, that's definitely not going to work, or that could work, and things like that. So there are a couple of plays that we did definitely scratch off and trying to institute new things that will hopefully help us be successful.
I love talking to play callers. I love coaches in general when it comes to football. There's so many nuances to the game, and I think that when you can kind of break something down and talk about the rhyme or reason to what it is you're doing, I find this fascinating, Coach. And so this is where that question comes from. With you calling the plays, Does it change when you get into the 20? Does your mindset change? How do you kind of decide, okay, this is what we do until we get to this point, and with the field shortening, this is what we have to do to set this up? I know that's kind of a long-winded question, but I'm always fascinated in talking to play callers and the way they approach the red zone.
No, not at all. It's wonderful, and it's definitely a different mindset of. I think being able to look at what you have and what you're doing well, and they start to key in on that. So I look at it a little bit maybe different than others. Is what you're not expecting and things like that. And so, I mean, when you've got a kid who's 6'6" like Maddox, I mean, everyone's going to look at him and things like that. And so we've got to be able to find other one-on-one matchups, maybe just motion a little bit more than previously, and then try to get maybe the play-action game more involved. That's something that I've taken away from Richfield and Juab when we're in there, is try to suck in the linebackers a little bit more and try to throw a little bit more play action. So I would definitely tab that for North Sanpete, is when we get there, look a little bit more play action, and then try to get Maddox the ball, but understanding that they're going to probably have 3 guys on him, so we got to look elsewhere.
Again, Coach Nick Milovich of the Carbon Dinos joining us right now. Coach, before we move on from the Juab game, I do want to talk about the defense, because once again, pretty solid performance from this group. They're playing good football.
Yes, absolutely. And we just find out, just when we get a little bit tired, we kind of lose that technique and things like that. And that's been the message for this week, is continue to just push through adversity, continue to push through the tired. And but like you said, they definitely keep us in the game. And it's just our job for offense now to continue to try to put some points on the board and get in there.
Let's talk about what we have coming up Friday, Coach. First off, it's got to be a little bit difficult, right, to try to manage during homecoming week. There is a lot of distractions. There's distractions from Monday all the way up until kickoff. And I know with you being a first-year head coach at the high school, it's the first time you and I have got to talk about this, but it seems like it's a conversation I have with coaches every single year, just trying to keep the kids grounded and keep them focused on the game itself, because while there's other sports that have to play during homecoming week, it seems like this is the main event. This is the main attraction.
Absolutely, and I think that excitement needs to be there for the week, but also, like you said, just keeping their heads grounded and focused on the task. And I think our boys have done a marvelous job. It seems like there's a renewed sense of energy and a renewed sense of commitment. And I think they're ripping and ready to go. So we're excited. We're not going to let all the festivities get in the way of what our ultimate goal is, and let's get a W on Friday.
Well, these opportunities, they're few far and in between at this point in the season. I mean, only 2 more home games on the regular season slate, and I have to believe that does spark some sort of urgency, especially with your seniors.
Right, absolutely, and it's been really nice just in practice and things like that. They're initiating the start of practice. They're initiating conditioning. They're initiating, and it's pretty cool to see that, and they definitely want to show out for their last hoorah and their last homecoming, and it's been a minute since we've won that. I think it was 2018, and so they're wanting to be that class that gets that tradition rolling. So it's been really cool to see.
Let's talk about the opponent, North Sanpete. It's a pretty good team. I think they've exceeded a lot of people's expectations throughout this year, sitting at 4-2 overall, but 1-2 in what's a very difficult region. We'll start with the offensive side of the ball. I mean, they have a number of kids that are capable of doing some really good things, and it seems like it's a fairly balanced roster. I mean, is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, absolutely. Rhett's done a really good job. Rhett Bird's done a really good job calling the offense and and finding those weaknesses and things. So defensively, we just need to be definitely prepared for that wing tee. And then he is not afraid to cross things up and take the back out of the backfield and pass to him. We're looking for heavy wheel routes and a couple of waggles, sprint out passes and stuff like that. And so what we're going to try to do is kind of what they ran into with Cedar City and try to get, I believe his last name's Madsen, into a shotgun position and make him throw the ball, because they are pretty potent when they run it and they're firing on all cylinders.
What do you think on the defensive side of the ball, Coach? What are you preparing for, and what do you expect to see from this team?
I am fully preparing for a Dave Peck defense, multiple fronts. They're probably going to start out in a three front and being aggressive, maybe on weak side, backside, sending 6 or 7 guys at a time, and hopefully we can get past that, get to second level with linebackers and things like that. But if I doing my homework on Coach Peck, with his time at Bingham and then also North Sanpete, and things like that, I'm expecting very aggressive and different disguises, multiple fronts, and we've got to be prepared for that to be successful.
Now, one of the things that they do very, very well is they prevent their opponents from scoring points. And I think a lot of the time in high school football, if you give up 3 to 4 scores a game, you're putting yourself in position to win. And outside of the Cedar game, that's exactly what it's been. If I'm not mistaken, outside of Cedar putting up 42 on them, the next highest scoring game, I think, was that they gave up 28 to Richfield. I mean, other than that, right. They've been phenomenal on that side of the ball and allowing points.
Yep, and Coach Peck's done a wonderful job getting his kids ready, and it seems like they've bought into what he's brought there, and so we've definitely got to match up and be able to execute. I know that sounds like a broken record over these last couple of weeks and things like that, but honestly, that's what it's boiling down to, at least for our team, is we've got wonderful athletes of our own. And we just need to have that confidence that we can continue and progress into that end zone, because we can get there. It's just a matter of time of crossing the goal line, getting into that.
Coach, it's always a pleasure to get you on. I always have so much fun chatting with you. Thank you again for the time, and best of luck against North Sanpete Friday night.
Thanks, Jordan. I appreciate it.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
Looking for the perfect mattress? We've got you covered. At Bill's Home Furnishings, we have the largest selection of mattresses in eastern Utah, including the highly rated Serta Perfect Sleeper. And when it comes to price, we're competitive with anywhere in the state. But we're more than just mattresses. From quality furniture and home accessories to reliable appliances, we've got everything you need to make your house a home. Stop by Bill's Home Furnishings today, where selection, savings, and service meet. Right here in eastern Utah.
Looking for financial solutions? At Cache Valley Bank, they're here to help. Whether you need commercial loans, mortgages, or expert financial advising, they've got you covered. Visit them today on the corner of First West and Main Street. Cache Valley Bank, your partner in financial success.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. When your comfort is on the line, trust the experts who care. At Air Temp Heating and Cooling, we've been dedicated to keeping Castle Country cozy since 1999. Our certified technicians are ready with 24/7 emergency service and the latest knowledge in heating and cooling technology. As a proud Bryant authorized dealer, we'll do whatever it takes to ensure your home or business stays comfortable year-round. Call Air Temp Heating and Cooling today at 637-4468.
I'm Will Hinckley, number 66. I'm Cole Hinckley, number 72, and you're listening to 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
Welcome back to Carbon Dino Football here on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. You've been listening to the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. Thanks to Coach Milovich to spending time with Jordan and talking about tonight's game and Carbon Dino Football. So let's take a look at tonight. The coin toss has been done. North Sanpete won the toss. They deferred. The Dinos will get the ball first. The Dinos will go right to left on your radio dial. They wear their blue pants, gray jerseys, blue numbers, white helmets. North Sanpete across the way tonight with the black pants, white jerseys, black numbers, black helmets. And we are ready for the start of tonight's homecoming game 2025, the Carbon Dinos and North Sanpete Region 3 play.
And Sonny, I'm excited. This is going to be a great contest between these two teams. The Dinos going to be feeling a little motivated to come out and try and get it. Now, I had the opportunity to talk to Coach Milovich before the game, and he talked about kind of avoiding those distractions that come along with homecoming week. He said, I know it's a lot of fun. I know that there's going to be a lot of fun things to engage in, but we need to keep our focus here on the field.
Contreras will kick the ball away for North Sanpete, and we are ready for the start of tonight's game. Beautiful night, packed house here at Carbon High School, and we are underway. Deep kick will carry into the end zone, and the Dinos will start on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. And it looks like North Sanpete has that weapon where they can kick the ball in the end zone anytime they want to, and that's huge because you start at the 20-yard line.
And Contreras, that weapon a few weeks ago who defeated Canyon View on the last-second field goal, showing off a little bit of that leg right there as the ball soars through the air harmlessly into the end zone. We talked about it pregame. You want to avoid Jordan Nichols on those kickoffs. Well, that's one way to do it.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 for the Dinos. We are underway here at Carbon High School. First offensive play of the game for the Dinos. They come to the line of scrimmage. As we said, right to left on your dial. Shotgun formation for Dunn. Trips go to the right side for the Dinos. North Sanpete shows blitz up the middle. Pickup of about 4 on the play. For the Dinos, it'll be 2nd down. 2nd down, we'll call it. Give them 3 on the play, 2nd and 7, Aiden.
And we talked about it. It's important that they move that ball on the 1st down. They can do that, and then they can build some sustained drives. Moving the ball from 30 to 30 hasn't been a problem for the Carbon Dinos, Sonny. It's been when they get down into the red zone. That's when the troubles have really broken out for Carbon.
2nd down, 7 yards to go for the Dinos. They have 2 receivers to their near side. Ball sits right in the middle. Dunn wants to throw. Over the middle, knocked away. Nice defensive play that time by Braden Palmer. The senior gets his hands up in the air, knocks the ball to the ground, incomplete. 3rd down and 7 for the Dinos.
Lives up to his last name with that one, Sonny. Palms the ball, knocks it out of the air. Trying to find more of a middle screen action on that one was done, but unable to as Palmer knocks it to the ground, forces a 3rd and 7 situation for the Dinos.
So 3rd down and long for the Dinos. First offensive possession of the game. We're just underway here, 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. After this play, we will tell you how you can watch us, as well as listening to us here on 95.3 The Peak.
That's a lot of ways, Sonny.
Shotgun formation. Dunn's going to keep it. There's nowhere to go. Lost back behind the chains of the 18-yard line. Nice defensive play by North Sanpete. It's Nuttall making the tackle, the junior coming in to make the stop.
Yeah, he read that read option like a book, Sonny. He stuck to his man, played a classic option defense. Instead of moving forward, the Carbon Dinos go back about 5 as Dunn gets marked down for the loss.
Osborne back to receive the kick. He stands on his own 45-yard line. So the Dinos go 3. One a positive play, an incomplete pass, and then a loss on the play. It's a short kick. Hits on the 45, but takes a Dino bounce all the way down to the North Sanpete 38-yard line. And that's where the Hawks will start their first offensive possession of the night from their own 38-yard line. 10:38 left to play first quarter, tied at 0. Now we get to take a look at North Sanpete's offense. And what do you expect to see tonight from this team?
We're going to see a very balanced mix, Sonny. They run that wing T, so I would suspect we're not going to see very many pass attempts at first until they can establish the run, get Carbon to sell out, and then they can try and take their top off. But until that point, I think they're going to have to try. The Dinos are going to have to try and be prepared for just about everything, but knowing that that run is probably what's coming their way.
Senior quarterback Maddox Madsen will be under center. He wears number 5 for North Sanpete. First offensive play of the game for the Hawks. Dinos showing blitz. They back off. Here's a handoff going around the left side. It is Osborne. Finds a little bit of running room. Picks up 2, maybe 3 on the play. Nice tackle by the Dinos. It'll be second down coming up to make the stop. Nichols for the Carbon Dinos. Second down, we'll call it 7. I'll call it 6.
Bit of a friendlier spot than you and I were thinking they were going to get on that one, Sonny. Instead of the initial 3 that I thought they were going to have, it looks like to be about 5. So good run around the edge by Osborne. That wing T does a great job in giving yourself an extra hook block along the perimeter, sucking the defense on the inside, and makes it easier to get that outside seal and the outside run.
Second down, 5, handoff up the middle. Breaks 1 tackle, 2 tackles into the secondary to the Carbon 42-yard line. Nice pickup on the play, move the chains. The ball carrier that time is a key, and it'll be first down for North Sanpete.
And a key, one of those powerful runners we talked about coming into the contest, Sonny. He's got legs of steel, and he showed it on that play. Keeps churning after the initial contact, breaks the tackle, and is able to get about 5 more yards on the rush.
Aiden Aki, the running back, 5'11 senior. Ball sits on the far hash mark. North Sanpete goes left to right on your dial. 1 receiver to the near side. Under center goes to quarterback Matson. Long snap count. Comes back up, looks over at the sidelines, gets the play back under center. Man in motion comes towards us. That's all red. There's the snap. Matson will roll right, wants to throw out in the flat, has a man. Flag comes in, he'll take it instead himself and gets down to the 37-yard line, knocked out of bounds, but there's a flag back at the 45, and I'm about 100% sure that's a hold, and it is.
Yeah, so anytime that flag flies near the line of scrimmage, it really limits what you're going to probably see called. Most of the time, it's hold. And I've said it again, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. The only difference between a good block and a hold is that flag. Sometimes you're supposed, as a lineman, you're supposed to grab inside the pads and try and control them. But as soon as you feel them start pushing away from you, you got to release, let go of them as they try and separate, or else you're going to be flagged nearly every time.
Being a spot foul, moves the ball back to the North Sanpete 48-yard line. First down and 20 yards to go for North Sanpete. They break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage. Ball on the far hash mark, going left to right. Shotgun formation this time for Matson. Has 3 receivers now to the near side, single receiver to the short side of the field. Long snap count. Matson comes to the right once again, looking, throws out in the flat this time, has his man and hits him to the Carbon 47-yard line. That's Osborne with the catch. Nichols up to make the stop, but we have another flag on the play, so let's see what it's going to be.
And right at the line of scrimmage too, Sonny, and it's going to be another hold against North Sanpete. Those are the kinds of plays that can kill drives. They were moving the ball effectively down the field, but back-to-back holds halts any forward momentum they found, and now they're finding themselves closer to where they started this drive.
Well, the Dinos take the penalty. It was just short gain, about 3 yards, so it would have been second and long, but they decide to take the penalty. Now it's first and 30 for North Sanpete, and the ball's sitting on the 38-yard line.
Anytime you see that first down next to a number that isn't 10, you get a little butterfly in your stomach, especially if you're a defense. You feel good about what you've been able to create, even if it has been by penalty.
Matson in the shotgun, looks over at the sidelines, gets the play. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. They go to the far side of the field. The ball is caught and then slip. And going to the ground is Birmingham, the receiver. He made the catch, but he slipped and fell as he tried to make the cut. So it's going to be a loss of about 1 on the play. It's going to be second and 31 now for North Sanpete. Now, this is a situation where the Dinos need to get a stop and get the ball back to their offense.
Pretty much your motto right now is no big plays.
Right.
You can give up a 5 or even a 10-yard play. You wouldn't prefer the 10, but you can give up to that over the next few plays and still be safe. You just can't give up any of those home run swings.
Far hash mark, shotgun formation once again for Matson. Man in motion come towards us. They fake the jet sweep, and they fake the handoff up the middle, down the right side, over through his intended receiver, Birmingham. He was there, but good coverage as well. It would have had to been a perfect pass. To drop that in. It falls to the ground, incomplete, 3rd and long.
Right in the vicinity, you have Dawson Johnson alongside Caleb Sorensen ready to make a play on that ball if it is caught. A deep shot trying to take off the top of the Dinos doesn't work. A stout secondary for Carbon has been the story all season long. They've been able to lock down opposing pass catchers.
3rd and long, shotgun formation for North Sanpete. 8:29 left to play here in the first quarter, tied at 0. Matson once again with another long snap count, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, gets across the 40, to the 43-yard line, and then a host of Dinos defenders in on the stop. It's going to be 4th and long, and the Dino defense, with some help of penalties, they're giving the ball back to the Dinos, and that's a great sign to start this game. The Dinos get the ball back, and it should be decent field position.
Yeah, you'd expect, barring a good North Sanpete bounce, you're going to be setting up at least at the 20 to 30-yard line. Anything inside of that, that's kind of a failure on the special teams part. So ideally, you're able to get it to at least the 30. North Sanpete trying to flip the field, or even better, you block the kick here.
Nichols back to receive the punt, stands on the 10-yard line. There's the snap and the kick. It's a high kick, hits at the 5-yard line and goes into the end zone. Touchback, and the Dinos will get the ball at the 20. So I thought they'd get decent field position, but he boomed that ball into the end zone. The Dinos start at the 20 for the second time.
Yeah, so there was a fan next to me, said something I can't repeat on air, but it pretty much summed up how I was feeling about that kick.
Yeah.
Holy cow, did he get a leg on that one?
He did.
The kicking game of North Sanpete has always been stellar. They're also a soccer school, much like Carbon is, but when they get someone who can kick, they really have someone they can kick, and usually they find him young, and they can milk that ability for 3 to 4 years.
Contreras is definitely a weapon for North Sanpete. Done with the handoff to Wilson coming around the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders make the stop, a loss of 1 on the play.
And they try to run that little end-around reverse that we've seen oh so often from the Dinos, Sonny. They initially hand it off to Nichols. He goes left, passes it off to Wilson, goes back the other way, but defense had it read for a loss of 2 on the play.
Polson, one of the defenders in on the stop, one of the 4. 7-12 left to play, 0-0. Dinos with the football, loss of 2, 2nd down and 12 for Carbon. Shotgun formation once again for Dunn. Trips go to the right side. Dinos go right to left on your dial. Dunn looks that way, still looking. Now throws out in the flat, has his man, Maddox Wilson, and he drags the defender up across the 20 to the 23. He gets 5 yards back. It's going to be 3rd down. We'll call it about 7 yards to go for the Dinos.
And Sonny, that was a tall task for Seth Birmingham, the junior defensive back tasked with trying to bring Wilson to the ground, but he does a good job wrapping up and not letting go. A lesser player would have let go as soon as Wilson threw that initial stiff arm, trying to plant his face firmly in the turf, but Birmingham holds on and stops Wilson for only a 5-yard gain.
3rd down, ball sits on the 23-yard line. 3rd down, 7 yards to go. Shotgun formation, type formation for the Dinos. Dunn wants to throw out in the flat, this time left side, incomplete. Ball intended for Finch, and it falls to the ground. 4th down, the Dinos. Looks like they're going to bring the punting team on, and they will.
That was intended for Sorensen, as he just leads him a little too much on that out route. Can't find him, hit after contact as well, but Dinos are going to have to force the punt. Defense been the story of this one so far, Sonny. That and special teams for North Sanpete.
Osborne back to receive the punt, stands on his 40. There's the snap. Sandoval with the kick. High kick will hit the ground at the 50-yard line. Picked up there by North Sanpete at the 45-yard line. It's Birmingham. And he's brought down there, and we have a flag come in late. We'll see what the flag is with 5:57 left to play in the first quarter. North Sanpete, depending on the flag, will start on the Dino side of the field.
And that was a daring move by Birmingham, able to try and corral it as he's surrounded by a swarm of Dinos on the bounce back, grabs it, runs for about 3 yards but before being brought down. But that flag going to be a sideline warning against North Sanpete, so no movement going to come on the play.
1st down 10. North Sanpete under center. Whistle. Referees are going to talk.
Sometimes I think they just like having conversation.
Man, look at that sunset in those clouds across the way.
It is gorgeous out there, Sonny. A beautiful mixture of red, purple, bluish hues hanging out over what used to be a dark, menacing rain cloud, now turning into a true work of art as we wait for the officials to talk things over. Looks like a little issue with the ball. They're switching it out now.
Okay, 1st down 10. Ball sitting on the 46-yard line for North Sanpete. 5:57 left to play first quarter. We're tied at 0. Defensive battles so far. Under center. Dinos with 2 offensive possessions. North Sanpete with 1. Handoff goes up the middle. A key, and he'll pick up maybe a yard on the play. 2nd down. Nice defensive play by the Dinos. Coming up to make that play is Collins.
And
so there's second down.
There's the old adage that being a wide receiver in a wing T offense is a fate worse than death, because you rarely see the ball thrown in the wing T. But the Dinos done a good job stifling the run. That North Sanpete might have to rely on the arms of Maddox to try and get that ball downfield.
So they give him about a yard. We'll call it 2nd and 9. 5:17 left to play in the first quarter. There's the snap. The handoff goes up the middle. Here's some running room across the 45, down to the 43, 42-yard line. Once again, the ball carrier is Osborne. Pickup of 2 on the play, 3rd down and 6. So good defense that time by the Dinos.
And, Sonny, it goes back to what we talked about in the pregame show. The gang tackling by the Dinos can stop a lot of major runs. It was a struggle when they first started the last drive. North Sanpete was finding their gap and hitting it hard, moving the chains, but penalties set them back, and it's given time for the Dinos to settle and really reestablish themselves, especially at the line of scrimmage.
Ball sits on the 41, 3rd and 5, shotgun formation, far hash mark for North Sanpete. They go left to right, 2 receivers to the near side. Madsen gets the snap. He looks this way, throws, has a man. The defender slipped. Ball caught at the 30, down to the 25, down to the 23-yard line. Birmingham, once again, the receiver, moved the chains in a 1st down. As the Carbon Dino defender slipped, and that left him wide open because he was in single coverage. Madsen did a good job getting him the ball, moved the chains in the 1st down.
Yeah, he did. Evan Birmingham, as compared to Seth Birmingham on that catch, Sonny. We got 2 of them, both playing wide receiver. Makes things a little more fun as they try and catch that, but trying to defend it, who made the slip was Caleb Sorensen, and it's hard to recover the turf monster in full effect today.
23-yard line, 1st and 10 for North Sanpete, trying to get into the red zone. Handoff goes up the middle, breaks 1 tackle, 2 tackles. The ball carrier, a key, gets him down to the 17-yard line. Pick up a 5, 2nd down. Sorensen in on the stop for the Dinos. 3:49 and running left to play first quarter. In the red zone now for the first time, North Sanpete.
And the Dinos really need to find the way to kind of take a step back and shore themselves up on the defensive side of things. They were making great contact at the line of scrimmage before that big pass by Madsen to Birmingham. Now they're playing on the back foot. They need to find a way to recover, ideally either a stop for no gain or a loss.
Shotgun for Madsen. To the right side stands a key. Madsen looks left, wants to throw, has a man wide open in the end zone, touchdown. Osborne got away from the defense. They forgot about him. He got wide open in the left corner. Nice pass from Madsen. And the 18-yard touchdown pass puts North Sanpete on the board.
And it was just a beautiful deep out route that lost Ricky Sandoval in the scheme of things. Receiver able to navigate flawlessly to the back of the end zone near that back pylon.
.316 left to play.
Contreras on the kick.
There's the snap, the set, the kick is up. The kick is good. 3:16 left to play first quarter, and it's 7-0 North Sanpete. That was a nice drive.
That was a very good drive, Sonny. They were able to overcome a few 3rd and longs and able to prolong the drive and continue to march down the field. And the leg of Contreras converts on the extra point. That was a kick, Sonny, that I think would have been good from probably 40 out. There was a lot of power behind it. But the Hawks jump out to a 7-0 advantage early on. Well, I guess not early, Sonny. We're almost out of the first quarter.
Yeah.
A very run-heavy game so far between these two squads.
So the Dinos have had 2 offensive possessions, 2 punts. North Sanpete 2 offensive possessions. 1 they punted. The second one, they took the ball down the field on an impressive drive, and they scored with 3:16 left first quarter. They lead 7-0.
And we need to have an answer back from the Carbon Dinos offensively here, Sonny, lest they be left behind by a North Sanpete team who runs that clock down when the ball is in their hands. You need to strike back, or you're going to be running on very limited chances.
Contreras will kick. Deep kick out of the end zone, and the Dinos will start on the 20-yard line. The way he kicks the ball, Nichols has no chance of returning any kicks tonight.
Yeah.
And we talk about this all the time in high school. The kicking game is such a weapon when you have somebody that can kick the ball in the end zone after you score a touchdown. That's an 80-yard drive for the Dinos every time North Sanpete kicks.
No, and sometimes people are going to say, "Oh, but if the ball lands in play, you can stick them at the 10." How often does that happen? It takes usually a muffed kick. If you can set them up consistently at the 20, knowing you have to force them to go 80 yards, that grits and grinds on a team and wears them down as they have to drive the length of the field each possession.
That ball landed in the end zone, so no chance of return. Here's a quick throw out to the left side to Nichols, and he'll pick up a couple of yards. As he comes to the left side, he's ran out of bounds. 2nd down 8 for the Dinos. It gets up to about the 22-yard line. 3:10 left to play. Clock stops with the runner going out of bounds. 7-0 the score, North Sanpete.
They're only going to spot him 2 yards on that, Sonny. Based on how much he had to run east and west, made me feel like that was going to be a much bigger game, but it was that east and west illusion. Instead of getting north and south, he runs sideline to sideline and only is rewarded with 2 yards because of it.
2nd down. Call it 8. Blitz being shown by North Sanpete. Here they come. Pitch goes out to the right side to Nichols. Gets to the corner. Gets back to the line of scrimmage and fights his way for maybe a yard.
And ball
it's going to be
popped out.
3rd and 7. Did the ball come out? I think he was down. And he was. So it's going to be 3rd and 7.
A close call for the Dinos, Sonny. Near disaster avoided by Carbon as that ball hits the ground before it can be whistled into a fumble.
Horrocks up to make the stop for North Sanpete. 3rd down, 2:36 left to play. Clock runs. Shotgun formation for the Dinos. 2 receivers coming to the near side, 1 to the far side. There's the snap. Wants to throw. Dunn does. Has his receiver caught. 1st down. Move the chains.
Excellent delivery by Dunn on that one. Moves the ball forward about 12 yards. Finds Maddox Wilson in a rare single coverage situation. You rarely see Maddox get an opportunity like that, but when he does, he takes full advantage of it as he's able to move that ball even more forward, up to 26 receiving yards on the game for the tight end.
Nice catch by Maddox Wilson. 2 minutes left to play. 1st down for the Dinos. Ball sitting on the 36-yard line. Shotgun for Dunn. He'll hand it off this time. Going over to the right side across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Pickup of 1. They try to take it to the outside. Just can't quite get to the corner. It'll be 2nd down. Nichols, the ball carrier, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, stuck right at that line of scrimmage. Sonny, the Dinos have been finding a lot of success in their short to medium passing game. Run game, though, has been stifled completely by the front 3 to 4 of North Sanpete. They run that multiple 3-4 defense, so they have a lot of variability in what they can be throwing at you. And as a lineman, that can pose a lot of problems.
Akey makes the stop. We said his name on the offensive side as the running back, playing linebacker tonight as well. Here's a keeper for the Dinos. It's done into the secondary. Across the 50, 45-yard line. Move the chains in a big play for the Dinos. So the Dinos on this offensive possession have had a couple of big plays to move the chains.
And Sonny, typically the Dinos have not been a big play team, but tonight they have found those plays when they have needed to make them, and that's made all the difference in the world in these down and distance situations. Dunn, an excellent keeper on that, a designed quarterback run. Got to give a lot of credit to the young man. Navigates the defense perfectly for the big gain.
On the North Sanpete side of the field, ball sits on the 44, 1st down, minute 16 left to play here in the 1st quarter. Dinos trail 7-0. Shotgun formation for the Dinos. Wilson in the slot. Handoff goes up the middle. There's some running room across the 40 to the 38. Pickup of 6 on the play, but the yellow flag comes in right where it's usually holding, and pretty sure that's what this is going to be.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Sonny. As the flag flies to the line of scrimmage, gets a lot of worry from coaches and players alike on the Dinos. And no, it's going to be a face mask against North Sanpete.
Well, we'll take that. That's right where holding is always called. We're going to call a face mask.
A bit worrying. When I saw that flag fly, Sonny, I thought that one was marching 10 yards back, but a great break for the Dinos. And not
personal foul.
Yeah, not the incidental 5-yard face mask, the big 15 yards. That's a play that really hurts defensively. And for a disciplined group like North Sanpete to give up a penalty like that really hurts as the ball moves closer and closer, though, to an area the Dinos have struggled in this season, the red zone.
Move the chains, 1st and 10. Ball sits on the North Sanpete 25-yard line. Half goes to Wilson. He comes around the left side. is hit right at the line of scrimmage, falls forward, and picks up a tough yard on the play. Maybe. Yeah, about a yard, 2nd and 9.
And it's always hard to try and run that little end around with Wilson because defenses start keying off his movement, especially when they see the initial handoff and him in motion as well. They start suspecting that the ball is going to end up in the big tight end's hand, and they swarm around him due to that.
Jackson Blackham on the stop. 2nd down, 9 for the Dinos. 38 seconds left to play first quarter. We wind down the first quarter, quick first quarter of football. Man in motions for the Dinos comes towards us. Here's a whistle. Stops play, and we'll see what it is.
Procedure against the Dinos sets them back 5 yards. A 2nd and 9 turns 2nd and 14 very quickly as a great drive for Carbon halted momentarily by the flag.
So the first flag on the night for the Carbon Dinos comes with 29 seconds left to play in the first quarter. As you said, now makes it 2nd down and 14 yards to go for the Dinos. Shotgun for Dunn. 2 receivers come to the near side. They go right to left. Man in motion comes towards us as well. Dunn wants to throw. In the pocket, slips. I think he was down. Are they going to call him down or they call incomplete? They say incomplete. And I think that was a break because I'm pretty sure his knee was down before he threw that ball.
Now, that's a lucky break for the Dinos for sure. And it's one of those plays where, again, the turf monster strikes. This field was played on earlier in the day as Helper and Mont Harmon took on each other in some junior high football action. But Dunn trying to go back for what looked like a screen pass. He had the defensive line all around him. His linemen were upfield getting ready to block for that screen pass, but tripped up, has to make a throw to avoid a major loss of yardage. Right move by Dunn. Luckily, the ref agreed with the throw.
Ball sits right between the hash marks, trips to the right side. Dunn looks that way under pressure. Throws right when he gets hit, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Dunn goes down hard, but he pops right back up. It's going to be 4th down.
And that's
nice pass rush that time by Polson to put the pressure on Dunn.
And that's the danger of running a screen pass, Sonny. If the defensive line is fast enough to surround you before you can make the throw as a quarterback, you're dead meat because your offensive line has purposely released those blocks to try and move upfield and block into that 2nd and 3rd levels. At that time, Dinos sniffed out completely and a defensive stand by North Sanpete's defense.
21 seconds left to play first quarter. 4th down and 14 for the Dinos. They will go for it. The ball sitting on the 27-yard line. Kind of no man's land here. Now we got a whistle. The Dinos are going to talk about it. So we'll take a break with them. 21 seconds left to play in the first quarter. When we come back, we'll have some scores from around the state. Here it's 7-0 North Sanpete, 95.3 the Peak where the Dinos play.
At Castle Country Vet, they believe every pet deserves a touch of love and expert care. You can trust Dr. Harmer and Dr. Kelly. They're not just veterinarians, but passionate pet lovers, dedicated to nurturing your furry friends like family. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, you and your pet will experience compassionate, professional care every step of the way. Let Castle Country Vet help your pets lead the happiest, healthiest lives. Call Castle Country Vet today, 637-5797, because love is a 4-legged word.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Football on the Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back. 4th down, 14 yards to go. 21 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Big play right here for the Dinos.
Yeah, this is a must-convert play, Sonny. If they can find a first down, the drive keeps going into that second quarter.
That's going to be a penalty on the Dinos' movement on the left side of the line.
And what was a near-perfect penalty quarter for Carbon has quickly gone south as back-to-back procedure penalties have halted their forward momentum. No! Offsides against North Sanpete. The procedure goes the other way. North Sanpete giving a gift to the Dinos, making a 4th and 14 into a 4th and 9 very quickly. And Coach Peck on the sideline not happy about that one bit, and I can't blame him.
I didn't see anybody move, so I thought it was a movement on the Dinos. Instead, Dinos will take that 5 yards. Now it makes it 4th and 9 much more
a little more
makeable. Oh, they're going to try a field goal now as the field goal unit comes on. 39-yard field goal attempt.
It's going to be the leg of Timothy trying to knock this one down.
The snap, the set, the kick is up. It's long enough. It is good. 38-yard field goal attempt for Timothy with 15 seconds left to play, and the Dinos are on the board.
And that was a beautiful kick by Timothy, Sonny. You could tell the development just from last week to today. A similar field goal narrowly made it against the Wasps today. A no-doubter on the leg of Timothy as the Dinos jump on the board to make this a 7-3 contest. Like we talked about, having a high school kicker is a major weapon because it means you don't always have to go for it on fourth down situations within the red zone. If you have a kicker you can trust to hit from that distance, you can rely on them pretty heavily. As much as you'd like a touchdown, there's a certain point where you need to put points on the board, and this is one of those moments because, like we talked about, North Sanpete is a team who is going to limit the amount of drives that you get in the game, so it's important that you find a way to score on each and every opportunity you are given.
Well, you got 4th and 14, which is not an easy go for it on fourth down, but when you have someone that can kick the ball 40 yards, you put points on the board.
It makes things a little bit easier in the long run for you.
7-3, the score. North Sanpete up 4. 15 seconds left to play here in the first quarter for the Carbon Dinos. That was a good drive, and they got points on the board for it. Chili with the kick. High kick. Carries to the 10-yard line, and North Sanpete will return to the 15. 20 is Birmingham. They'll get across the 20 to the 25, 27-yard line. Yellow flag comes out at the 25-yard line. First down and 10. For North Sanpete, we'll see where they start after the flag.
I really enjoy when they throw the flag right on that line because it makes my mental math much easier based on the penalty.
It's holding against North Sanpete. That is their 5th penalty for 50 yards here in the first quarter. The Dinos 1 for 5, but the Dinos have been a really good team this year on the penalty side. They've been very disciplined. They don't commit a lot of penalties.
A very well-disciplined group in Carbon. I agree. The whole coaching staff has done an excellent job instilling a sense of discipline in these young men, and that's one of those skills that's going to carry on with you outside of the game of football, and a great one to have alongside you as North Sanpete takes over at the 15-yard line.
First down, 10 for North Sanpete. Under center is Matson. Hands it off right up the middle. There's a gain maybe of 1 or 2 on the play. Hard fought 2 yards. Nice tackle that time by the Carbon Dinos. The Dinos tackling good on the interior.
And clock winds down to 0 here in quarter number 1 of play. And the Dinos have done a good job responding to North Sanpete's offensive attack.
So when we come back, it'll be 2nd down and 9 for North Sanpete. We'll switch sides. It's the Dinos trailing North Sanpete 7-3 after 1. It's homecoming here at Carbon High School. 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. When we come back, second quarter action.
At Clean Cut Roofing and Siding, they believe every home deserves to look its best. Since 2003, Clean Cut Roofing and Siding has been transforming homes and businesses with precision and care, ensuring your peace of mind with every shingle and siding panel installed. Whether you're updating an old look, repairing storm damage, or bringing life back to your storefront, trust them to handle every detail. Visit cleancutroofingsiding.com to schedule your free consultation. Clean Cut Roofing and Siding, where quality meets craftsmanship.
Discover peace of mind with Don's Hometown Insurance, now even closer to home at their new location, 58 West Main Street in Price. Connect directly with friendly agents ready to tailor a package just for you. Imagine bundling your home, auto, and life insurance, simplifying your life while maximizing your savings. Experience personalized service designed to protect what matters most to you. Visit Don's Hometown Insurance today and feel the difference.
Carbon High School football on KRPX 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back. Second quarter action, 7-3. We had a good one going here at Carbon High School. Homecoming 2025 for the Dinos. Region play under center Matson. They'll do the little reverse around the right side. The ball carrier this time is Allred. He'll pick up maybe a yard. Good defense once again by the Carbon Dinos. A host of defenders in on the stop led by Sandoval, and the Dinos are tackling good. Third down, and we'll call it 8 for North Sanpete. 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. You can also watch us where?
You can watch us on YouTube at Castle Country Radio Carbon or on the KSL Sports app. So many different ways to watch the Dinos, Sonny. You really don't have any excuse to miss any of the action, whether it's live or on demand. We have you covered on this technology powered by Castle Country Radio.
3rd down 9, they call it. For North Sanpete, they break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage. Ball sits on the far hash mark. North Sanpete goes right to left on your dial. One receiver comes to the near side. Matson under center. Takes the handoff, drops straight back, throws a little screen pass to the left side. Flag comes out, ball caught at the 20, 25-30, 35-40 down the sideline goes a key, and he's knocked out of bounds. But we'll see what the flag is way back at the 18-yard line.
And it's right at the line of scrimmage, Sonny, so that typically means we're going to be seeing a holding. But we have an injured Dino on the field as well. But North Sanpete, Sonny, ran that screen pass to near perfection as they had the Dinos' defensive line jumping at the bit to try and bring down Madsen, unable to do so. And it will be a hold against North Sanpete, negating the big run. But that screen pass could have done a lot of damage to the Dinos.
A key. Got the ball past the 40-yard line, but it's going to come back. 6 penalties for 60 yards for the Hawks, so move that back. So it's going to make it 3rd and even longer with the injury on the field. Let's take a look at some scores from around the state. Aiden, tonight, high school football, lots of homecoming games. It's that time of year now where homecoming games, we're past halfway. And
they're going to be plentiful, Sonny.
Big games, yes.
Lots of homecoming contests indeed, as walking off the field for the Carbon Dinos is Jared Simmons, the junior offensive lineman. But looking at those scores over on our sister station, KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM, the Emory Spartans have jumped out to a dominant 28-0 advantage over the Grand Red Devils, a team which we saw Carbon play earlier in the year. Cedar and Richfield both tied at 14 after one. Manti up on San Juan 14-6 after the first quarter. Beaver looking to bounce back from a loss up 21-0 over North Summit with 2 minutes left to go in the first.
Big games tonight in the region. We'll keep you updated throughout the night. 3rd down, 18 for North Sanpete. Shotgun formation for Matson. He'll look to the right side, back left, now goes down the right sideline, single coverage. Ball knocked away, good defense. Ball's intended for Birmingham. Nice defense that time by the Carbon Dinos. 4th down, and North Sanpete will punt deep in their own territory.
I can't think of any reason why you throw at Caleb Sorensen when he is at defensive back. The man is a certified ball hawk. He can't. It's hard to sneak a ball past him, and he was able to bat that one down harmlessly to the ground. Even in single coverage, Sonny, he is a real threat to intercept. That rhymed incidentally.
Nichols hasn't had a chance to return a kick, but he has a chance for a punt return here. He stands on his own 40-yard line.
Yeah, it's fair to say this one probably not going into the end zone like North Sanpete's first punt did.
Good snap. Good kick. High kick. Will land at the 50-yard line. Bounces straight up, straight down, and dies right there. And the Dinos will start 1st and 10 at the 50. So good field position with the Dinos with a chance, with a touchdown, to take the lead in this game with 10:46 left to play in the second quarter. 7-3, North Sanpete with the lead, Dinos with the ball.
And so with how effective the Dinos offense has been operating near midfield, I feel very confident of them at least coming away with a field goal on this possession. Now, ideally, you get the touchdown to take the lead, but I'm not slouching at any points being put up on the board.
1st down, 10 at the 50 for the Dinos. Dunn in the shotgun. Ball sits far hash mark. Dinos go left to right. Dunn's going to keep it himself. This time, nowhere to go, and the yellow flag comes flying in right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. We'll see what the flag is.
A dirty piece of laundry. Every time it hits the field, Sonny, gives me a heart attack, especially when it's a play that would have resulted in a short loss or a major gain. Can quickly turn the tides of battle for these two teams. Block in the back against the Dinos.
So the Dinos get good field position, and that penalty takes them back to the 39-yard line. So it'll be 1st down and 20 for the Carbon Dinos.
And that's a down and distance you never want to hear. 1st and 20, 1st and 30, we've also seen this game. Anytime it's not 1st and 10, you're not happy about where you're starting.
We've said all season that 1st down is important for this offense. They start behind the chains with the penalty. 1st down, 20, showing blitz. North Sanpete. Trips to the right side. Here comes the blitz. Dunn down the middle. Has Wilson, and it's just off his fingertips at the 30-yard line. Single coverage, and he had a step on him. But that was a good throw by Dunn to get it to Wilson because he was under extreme pressure with the blitz. Falls to the ground, incomplete, second down.
And he was hammered as he threw, Sonny. So the fact that that pass was even on target, a miracle in and of itself. But Wilson just inches away from what looked to be a major gain, maybe even a touchdown in that single coverage situation. Right downfield on that straight line route. Can't haul it in, and the Dinos now face 2nd and 20.
Really impressed with Dunn standing in the pocket. Knew he was going to take the hit and still deliver the ball.
No, I would have ran away, Sonny. I would have scrambled out of the pocket the first sign of danger, but Dunn, much braver than I.
2nd down, 10, wants to throw again. Throws to Wilson, overthrown. Was it intercepted? It hit the ground. Intercepted at the 42-yard line.
And another throw by Dunn where he's hit immediately as he's trying to fling that ball forward. This time can't find Wilson, and instead the defense comes up with a big interception here with 10:31 left to go in quarter number 2. North Sanpete up 7-3 over the Dinos. The Dinos had a chance to take the lead or narrow it to a 1-point game, but the interception gives North Sanpete the ball and the momentum.
Just overthrew his intended receiver, Wilson. As you said, it was hit right when he threw the ball again. The Dinos have got to get done a little bit more time, just one more second.
And it's hard because North Sanpete is throwing a pretty constant blitz their way, and that's hard as a lineman to navigate.
1st and 10, ball sits on the 43-yard lines where they mark it. Handoff goes up the middle to the 45. Not much of a game. Maurer comes up to make the stop. On the ball carrier key, it'll be 2nd down and 8.
A name we knew we'd be saying a lot of, Sonny, was Maurer on the defensive side of things, and he has made his impact felt in the run game. Hard to establish big, booming runs when you have Maurer chomping at the bit to bring you down.
We said in the pregame show we'll say his name on the defensive side quite a bit. Proving us right.
That he is, Sonny.
2nd down, 8, under center once again. 2 running backs. Matson gives it to the first man through. It's a key again. He gets across the 45 or the 47-yard line. Brought down there. Coming up to make the stop for the Carbon Dinos is Collins once again. It's going to be 3rd down 5.
And something that stands out about the wing tee of North Sanpete is that when they get that run going, they try and go for that rugby-style approach on the back end where they develop a scrum trying to move that back forward after initial contact. That time just weren't able to do it, and they haven't been able to establish that much this game. A great gang tackling effort by the Dinos has really been the story in stopping those big runs.
3rd down 5, 95.3 The Peak where the Dinos play. Also on the KSL app, you can watch. Also on YouTube. Under center, Madsen. Hands the ball off to the right side. The ball carrier that time is Osborne, and he'll go nowhere. Great defensive play by the Dinos. Coming up to make that play for the Dinos is Sorensen. It's going to be 4th down.
And Sorensen on the defensive side of things, we talked about it pregame. He is a menace, whether he is in the backfield trying to defend the pass or if he's flying up trying to bring you down on the run. He's someone you don't want to find yourself facing off against as an offensive player because you know you're not getting much on him.
So we got 4th and 5. North Sanpete looks like they are going to go for it here, and they will. They will go for it on 4th down and 5. Shotgun formation for the Hawks. Big play in this game.
This could be a crucial turning point for North Sanpete.
Madsen wants to throw, throws out in the flat, 1st down. Ball caught by Birmingham. The senior moved the chains on a 1st down.
Evan Birmingham finds an empty spot right near the chain, a place where you think the Dinos surely would have been covered, but a lapse in the zone defense allows North Sanpete to keep the drive alive, and what we talked about, a very pivotal play for the Hawks.
How many times do you see they don't go past the chains? He did a great job of going past the chains before he made his cut to get the 1st down. The ball delivered on time. Move the chains for North Sanpete, 1st down. Ball sits on the Carbon 46. Far hash mark for North Sanpete going right to left. One receiver to the near side. Under center goes Matson. Screen pass out to the left side has his receiver, Osborne. He has running room across the 40 down to the 35. Move the chains in a 1st down.
Osborne breaking out with a bit of luck as Wilson right there, nearly bringing him down and laying down the boom in the process, able to outrun him and wisely navigates out of bounds because Wilson quickly recovered his pursuit angle and would have hit him like a freight train had he not quickly and wisely scampered out of bounds.
They've kind of found something on that little screen pass to the open side.
That they have. As a defensive line, Sonny, you got to be a little more disciplined. As soon as you feel a quick release, a little too quick, you got to drop back.
Matson under center, first down 10. Ball sits on the 35. Up the middle, across the 30, down to the 28, 27-yard line. Move the pile for about 6 on the play, 2nd and 4.
And if I'm Coach Milovich here, I'm going to call a timeout pretty quickly. Try and steady the legs of your defense. Right now, North Sanpete running whatever they want against the Dinos, and it's wreaking havoc as they've just been able to get anything they want by land or by air. The rush game has been near unstoppable for them once they got those passes going.
Madsen, ball carrier on the last play, picks up a 6, 2nd down 4. Ball sits on the 27-yard line under center. Handoff goes up the middle once again. It's a key. He'll be close to the first down, but I don't think he got there. Good push by the Dino defense. Give him 2. It's going to be 3rd down and a short 2 or a long 1, however you want to call it.
And this is where we have to bend and not break, Sonny. The Dinos need to force a 4th down situation. North Sanpete, knowing that they can convert on 4th downs, might be feeling a little more bold, but of course they have the leg of Contreras to rely on if they decide to go for a field goal. And we've seen it in full effect before, Sonny. He can hit from nearly anywhere.
3rd down 1. Under center goes Matson. He'll quarterback sneak it himself, and he'll get the first down across the 35 with a good push by the offensive line. Down to about the 33-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down to move the chains for the Hawks.
And they're going to give him that first down by about an inch, it seems, based on the spot of the ball. Waiting to see if they move forward or if they come out to measure, and they will move forward instead. North Sanpete, when they've needed to, has come up in major moments. The end zone pass to put them up 7-0 early on, and a few key 3rd and 4th down plays have kept the momentum in their favor steadily.
First down 10. Madsen hands off once again. A key picks up a couple of yards on the play, 2nd down.
And the thing about this North Sanpete offense is it isn't designed to necessarily take off your head every play. They're not going to try and hit big home run plays every time. That's not their style. What they're going to do is grit and grind you down until they find a weakness in your offense, a moment of tiredness, and they take full advantage of that.
Maurer in on the stop, pickup of 1, 2nd and 9. I think North Sanpete's offense is kind of the same as the Dinos. It's important that they get yardage on first down.
Yeah, and whenever we've seen them do that, they have been able to build long, sustaining drives.
Yep. 2nd down, we'll call it 9. Under center goes Matson. First man through, a key again. Finds a little bit of running room and then breaks a tackle. Gets across the 20 down into the red zone to the 17-yard line, 3rd down and 2.
And that's what makes a key so dangerous is he does not shy away from contact. He's not a one-and-done stop-running player. He embraces that contact, keeps churning his legs, and moves forward, and it results in broken tackles like that and bigger gains for the back.
Yeah, he got stood up at the 20-yard line and just bounced right off of it and picked up another 3 yards, so making it 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 2, the playbook wide open for North Sanpete here. 5:11 and running left to play in the first half. 7-3, they lead, trying to add to that. Matson under center, 2 running backs. Handoff goes left side. McKee will have the first down as he gets across the 15 down to the 13-yard line.
And Akey does a good job there of holding on to the ball through contact. Felt the long arm of Wilson wrap him up immediately at the line of scrimmage. Gets stopped like a roller coaster at the end when the break hits. A little whiplash action brings him down at the line of scrimmage. Luckily for North Sanpete, able to maintain hold of the ball.
4:48 and running. First down in the red zone now for North Sanpete. Matson's been under center for most of this drive. 2 running backs in the backfield. They'll give it to Akey again between the tackles. Across the 10, 5 into the end zone for a touchdown from 15 yards out. Akey will score to make it 13-3.
And that's what they do best, Sonny. They just whittle you down, and when they find their moment, they sure do take advantage of it. A nice scampering run for Akey to the back of the end zone, finding the promised land on the sprint. Puts North Sanpete up by 10, 13-3. Pending the extra point, 14-3.
So Contreras extra point as he comes on the field to try to make it 14-3. Hawks get set. There's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, the kick is good. 4:33 left to play in the first half, 14-3 in favor of North Sanpete. That was a good drive by the Hawks.
That it was, Sonny. They were able to just continually march down the field.
So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, Dinos get the ball back. Homecoming here tonight at Carbon High School. It's 14-3 North Sanpete.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
I'm Will Hinckley, number 66. I'm Cole Hinckley, number 72, and you're listening to 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
Welcome back. There's the kick. Once again, out of the end zone, and the Dinos will start at the 20. So 1st and 10 for the Carbon Dinos. They'll start on the 20. They got 80 yards ahead of them with 4:33 left to play in the first half, trailing 14-3.
Now, Sonny, the big difference is that the Dinos just haven't been able to capitalize on the punts that they forced from North Sanpete. They've set up themselves up with pretty good field position, but all they've been able to come away with has been that lone field goal. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing necessarily. You'll take any points you can get, especially in a game like this, where that score is going to be a lower scoring affair as they go through, but you need to take the most of the opportunities you're given, and those starts at midfield that didn't go anywhere are going to hurt.
Important drive for the Dinos. Back to throw. Throws to Maddox Wilson over the sidelines down the right side. Incomplete. 2nd down. Good coverage by Birmingham.
And a bit high even for Maddox Wilson. Not as much pressure on Dunn that time. So more of a pass problem than a Wilson trying to high point the ball problem. He jumped up and he tried to make the play that was available. But North Sanpete going into a lot of single coverage against Wilson, something which I'm sure Coach Milovich notices, and he will try and adjust to at the half.
Clock stops with the incomplete pass. 4:28 left to play first half. 14-3 North Sanpete with the lead. Dinos with the ball. Ball sits right between the hash marks. 2 receivers both sides. Shotgun for Dunn. Man in motion. Crespin goes away from us to the left side. There's the snap. Throws out in the flat. Incomplete.
And Dunn has faced a lot of contact so far this game, looking a little rattled in the pocket right now, trying to make things happen a little more quickly than normally he might like to.
Little quick throw out in the flat, falls to the ground, incomplete, 3rd down. So 3rd and 10 for the Dinos.
And a few of those bone-breaking hits, Sonny, that he's experienced, I don't blame him for trying to get the ball out quick.
So a couple of passes, stopping the clock, and hardly no time has gone off the clock. So if the Dinos do not get the first down here, North Sanpete will have plenty of time to sustain another drive. So this is a big play for the Dinos.
And Sonny, if they do, that's a drive that's probably going to bring us into the halftime break where, again, coming out of it, North Sanpete will have the ball.
Dunn wants to throw between the hash marks, incomplete. Ball intended over the middle to Timothy, falls to the ground, 4th down for the Dinos.
Great coverage by Evan Birmingham on that one. Wrapped him up like a fly in a sand trap, unable to get anywhere with it. 4th and 10 for the Dinos, Sonny, and it's a situation where you need to punt.
Yep.
Too risky to go for it here as North Sanpete has a chance for a 14-point flip here if they can score, run out that clock, and make it a 21-0 affair at the half, and then they start the second half with the ball.
Osborne stands on the 50. He'll await the punt by Sandoval. High snap. Sandoval controls it. Line drive kick. Hits at the 45-yard line and doesn't go anywhere. Just dies right there. The ball not bouncing tonight on this turf. Picked up by North Sanpete down the sidelines as the Dinos didn't down it, and on the sidelines for a touchdown goes Seth Birmingham, but there's a flag back at the 45-yard line, so we'll see what the flag is.
Well, hopefully it's against North Sanpete, because if not, that's a brutal bad beat for the Dinos. Didn't down the ball. Birmingham, a bold move to try and grab that one, and he's rewarded with a touchdown, barring the penalty, which, based on the location, I wouldn't be surprised to see go against North Sanpete and negate that run.
It is against the Dinos, and it will be a touchdown for North Sanpete. A face mask against Carbon, a 45-yard touchdown return for Seth Birmingham.
Well, Sonny, you got to play towards the whistle. It's as simple as that. You can't all stand around the ball waiting to down it when you have someone right there waiting to yank it away. Birmingham makes the wise play and is rewarded with the 50-yard touchdown run on the punt. Doesn't catch it. Snatches it off the ground from a swarm of Dinos, finds a breakaway lane along the right side of the field, and makes it a 20-3 ball game.
So they scored with 4:33 left to play in the half. The Dinos go 3 and out. Hardly any time runs off the clock. The punt return with 4:05, and within 23 seconds, they have scored possibly 14 pending this extra point. There's the snap, the hold, the kick is up. The kick is good. 4:05 left to play first half. 21-3 the score. North Sanpete with the lead. We'll take a break. When we come back, Dinos get it back here in the first half. 95-3 the Peak. This is where the Dinos play.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Or can I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Jill Jensen in Price today.
Carbon High School football on KRPX 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back. 21-3 the score with 4:05 left to play in the first half. You know, you said the Dinos had stayed away from big plays. Well, there's a big play right there. 45-yard punt return for a touchdown by Seth Birmingham. Here come the Dinos the other way. They get an opportunity to return it. Across the 20 to the 25-yard line, the Dinos will start there 1st and 10 with Timothy on the return. So the Dinos have an opportunity to put points on the board before the half. 3:59 left to play. They threw 3 passes on their last possession and took hardly any time off the clock. Let's see what they do here on this possession, Aiden.
And the field has not been friendly to cutbacks throughout this contest, Sonny. Anytime you try and make a move back to the center of the field, you're going to get tripped up by the field conditions. Rough out there today, Sonny. I was down there pregame, and I'm not wearing cleats, and I could barely stand straight up.
We got rain, a couple of days ago?
A couple of days to go, and earlier this morning as well.
Throw over the middle, caught by Maddox Wilson at the 45-yard line. Triple teamed, and Dunn puts it right where he has to put it. Wilson goes up and gets it, move the chains, and a first down.
Yeah, Maddox Wilson with 5 men around him makes the catch.
Flag on the play, so hold the phone here.
I'm not holding a phone.
It's going to be on the Dinos.
And they're calling it procedure before the snap, Sonny. That is the worst possible outcome the Dinos could have had. And the problem is that's not a call you can blame on the officials. That's one that falls strictly on the Dinos moving before that ball is snapped.
The ball back to the 19-yard line, 1st and 15.
And a 20-yard gain down the drain just like that would have set the Dinos up near midfield, but now instead they sit at the 19-yard line.
The good play nullified by the penalty. Dunn put it right where he had to put it. Wilson was triple teamed.
Triple teamed with 2 men collapsing around side him in addition to that.
Ball sits on the near hash mark, trips to the near side. Dinos go left to right. Dunn back to throw in the pocket. Back the other way, incomplete. Nobody there.
Looked like a miscommunication on the attempted screen pass. Yes. Tries to deliver it to one place. No player in the vicinity. Ball falls harmlessly to the ground. Stops the clock again, Sonny. 2nd and 15.
2nd down and 15. 3:51 left to play.
And, Sonny, the problem right now is the Dinos have become a bit one-dimensional. We've seen them throw for 5 consecutive plays now. By doing that, you let the defense key off a whole lot. And by doing that, you're not going to be able to find much momentum.
hardly any time running off the clock as well. Second down, 15 yards to go. There's the snap. Dunn wants to throw. Down the field, in between the hash marks, incomplete. Ball was intended for Finch, and it falls to the ground. Third down.
And he was trying to find along there Colton Finch, and just a little bump and tug action, unable to gain any separation from North Sanpete's defense. Lots of credit to the Hawks. Their secondary has been very stout today, allowing next to nothing through the air.
Third down, 15 for the Dinos. 3:45 left to play in the first half. 6 straight passes, correct?
6
for the
straight
Dinos.
passes for the Dinos. Clock has ticked since the last 2 possessions, about a minute.
Yep. Reverse goes to Timothy around the left side. Tries to find some running room across the 30. Dives forward, and that effort got the first down. It did. What a play. Timothy, he was hit, he dove forward, moved the chains, and a first down. That's a huge play for the Dinos to keep possession of the football.
Sonny, that dive was like a Renaissance painting. If we had a great painter in the audience, they would be able to turn that into a masterpiece. Timothy laying it all on the line to reach the first down and keep the possession alive. Good things happen when you can draw the defense off, and that run did just that.
3:24 and running, 21-3 the score. North Sanpete with the lead, and the Dinos with the ball. Far hash mark for the Dinos. Lone receiver comes to the near side. Going left to right. Low snap. Dunn controls it. Throws down here to Wilson, and he'll go up and make the catch. He's single covered by Birmingham. He out jumped him. It was a 50-50 ball. And we have a penalty. It's going to be roughing the passer, I believe. I think. If it's roughing the passer, then you want to take the penalty, because that's added on to the end of the play.
But, that was a repeat of the play we saw called back due to procedure early on. And you are, in fact, correct, Sonny, a roughing the passer.
Yeah, there was, referee was saying decline, but you don't want to decline that, because that's a penalty that is added on the end of the play. So another 15-yard penalty makes it 7 for 75 on the penalty side for North Sanpete. Another first down for the Dinos at the North Sanpete 30. They got something going here with 3:08 left to play in the first half. It's a huge drive for the Dinos to get points.
Now, if you can put points on the board here, Sonny, you cut into that deficit just a little bit, knowing North Sanpete starts with ball.
Yep. Shotgun for Dunn. Quick pitch comes to the right side to Nichols. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. Coming up to make the tackle, Seth Birmingham.
And looks like they're going to give him that hard-fought yard. One thing I've really liked about Nichols on the running game is that when he gets hit, he doesn't stop. He doesn't stop running, and he fights for anything. He doesn't want to give up a loss. And, sometimes it's just getting that first step forward. You can start building off of that.
Braden Palmer also in on the stop for North Sanpete. 2:35 and running, 2nd and 9. Shotgun for Dunn, man in motion. It's Nichols. Dunn fakes to Nichols, keeps it himself. He's got running room across the 20, 15, down to the 13-yard line, maybe the 12. Move the chains on a first down. And that play has worked for the Dinos. Dunn has done a good job with his legs tonight here in the first half.
43 rushing yards for Dunn in the first half of action. Beating his total of passing yards so far, Sonny, where he has 41. So about an 87 total yard effort for Dunn so far this contest, and that's including the 5-yard loss he took early on in the first quarter. So he's been able to be a good focal point, especially when they run these designed runs for him.
First down, 10. Ball sits on the 13 of North Sanpete. Clock says 2:05 and running. Plenty of time. No reason to be in a hurry for the Dinos. Dunn wants to throw. Looks over the right side. Throws to Wilson. Double teamed. Almost come up with it. Well, that was a great effort.
And,
double teamed.
And Wilson wants the flag, and I agree with him. Yeah. If they're draped over him, they're trying to bring him down before that ball is even within his radius. I don't know what they're complaining about on the other side. But, yeah, Wilson just facing double team pressure as he's seen all season long, but unable to make the grab that time. Had a few chances and nearly comes up with it twice in a row. Hard fought for Wilson.
Clock stopped with a minute 57 on the incomplete pass. 2 receivers, both sides for the Dinos. Dunn wants to throw again. He's looking right now between the hash marks, incomplete.
And North Sanpete plays it like a fumble, and that's something they've done very well this game. Sonny has been playing until they hear that whistle blow. That's how they got that big punt return touchdown. They took advantage of the Dinos getting a little lax in the special teams unit, thinking the ball was about to be downed, and instead grabbing it from just underneath their noses and running it back to the end zone. They play towards the whistle, and that's a great culture to have instilled.
Pass was intended for Timothy, falls to the ground. 3rd down, 10 for the Dinos. Ball sitting on the 13-minute 52. Left to play in the half, trailing 21-3. Done into the end zone. Incomplete, knocked away at the last second by Seth Birmingham again. Birmingham has been all over the place, and he knocks that ball away because Wilson was there, Aiden. He was there for the touchdown.
That he was, Sonny, but this offense has kind of started to hyperfixate around Maddox Wilson, despite what we saw a bit Tager Timothy open in the right corner of the end zone, but when you lock eyes with Maddox Wilson, it's very tempting to throw it his way, and that is perfect.
4th down, 10. Dinos will go for it. No field goal attempt here, trailing 21-3. Dunn wants to throw. Throws into the end zone, incomplete. Flag comes in, the Dinos will get another chance. Going to be defensive pass interference. Wilson was right at the goal line. The flag comes in. They're going to call holding or interference. Let's see what they call.
Well, either way, Sonny, it's going to be to the benefit of the Dinos.
Interference.
Yeah, he's been getting that. He's been being held like that all evening long. So the fact that the flag finally was able to fly in the Dinos' favor on that, a huge sigh of relief. I think I threw on my shoulder, celebrating a little too hard up here in the Sutherland's broadcast booth. But Wilson fights so hard, and he has to overcome a lot just to find himself a catch because he's often double, triple teamed. So this makes it a much more manageable 4th and 5.
That interference call moves it half the distance to the goal line. That's a great defensive play because it looked like he was beat. So you'd rather take that half the distance penalty than give up a touchdown. Still 4th down.
Yeah, it's still a 4th down, but the Dinos finding themselves with a breath of life. Coach Milovich goes out to argue. But a good turn of events for Carbon getting that interference call. Maddox has been fighting so hard all night long to try and get that ball, and he's had moments, but he's just hit left, right, forward, back by the Hawks every time that ball enters within a 10-yard radius of him.
So it's 4th down with 1:43 left to play here in the first half, 21-3. Yeah, in high school, that is not an automatic first down.
Yeah, no, that's something that in the high school level you can kind of rely on. A bit of a bad habit, but it's better than giving up a touchdown. Like you said, if you can give up, half a distance to the goal line, a 15-yard penalty, you'll take that because it's not a spot foul and it's not a touchdown you're allowing. So,
and it's not a new set of downs. If you don't go past the sticks, and the Dinos didn't on the half the distance. So it's 4th down and goal for 4th down and actually 3 for the Dinos. They have a chance to get a first down.
Yeah, one of the few.
They don't have to have a touchdown.
Yeah, one of the few good penalties you can see a team commit is that pass interference.
Dinos going for it here on 4th down. Flags come in. What do we got?
All right, we have a penalty on the flip.
Going to be on the Dinos. Movement. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. On the false start.
And that's a heartbreaker right there, Sonny, as they have to march that one backwards. Minute 43 still. Oh, you can't afford to give up an undisciplined penalty like that.
So that 5-yard penalty was a bigger penalty than the pass interference penalty. So now they got a 4th down and 8.
And now they're going to call a timeout to try and regroup. They had the play drawn up for the 4th and 4, now facing a 4th and 9.
So we got a minute 43 left to play in the first half, and North Sanpete leading 21-3. It's been kind of an odd last 4.5 minutes of this half.
No, Sonny, we were expecting that to go pretty quickly, but instead, back and forth, it has flown, and now here we are, the Dinos with a chance to score, but in the area of the field where they have struggled so much this season, that being the red zone.
4th and 8, we'll see, field goal is possible here. A field goal cuts it to a 2-possession game.
And that's going to be a major thing if they can just keep this close with North Sanpete having the ball. I said it earlier on. You need to take every point you can possibly get against a team like North Sanpete who's going to run that clock down. These opportunities aren't going to come as frequently as you would like.
So we'll see what they do here. The Dinos, see if they change their strategy, if they go for it here on 4th down still. And it looks like the Dinos offense comes out and they will go for it on 4th down. 4th down, 8 yards to go, minute 43, first half, 21-3. North Sanpete with the lead. Coming up, Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show. Shotgun formation, man in motion comes towards us. They go left to right. There's the snap. Dunn wants to throw, looks in the end zone, hit as he throws, has a man, caught, touchdown, Carbon! It's Timothy in the right corner, and that's a great play by the quarterback, Dunn, as he was hit, as he threw the ball, and somehow he still got it out here in the flat to Timothy for the touchdown for the Dinos.
Sonny, that was a beautiful throw. Dunn under pressure has excelled all game. He has 2 or 3 defenders in his face. He's able to make it. He's one of those interesting cases where if it's a wide open, clean pocket, sometimes he can find himself struggling. But as soon as he finds 3 or 4 defensive linemen in his face, he turns into a prime Tom Brady.
Extra point. Kick is up. Timothy's kick is good, and it's a 21-10 ball game with a minute 37 left to play. So they don't bring the field goal team on. They go for it on 4th down. The offensive line holds up just long enough for Dunn to make a great play as he's hit. Timothy makes a great catch at the goal line and gets the ball in the end zone.
And give me fuel, give me fire, give me quarterback pressure, or I retire. Dunn, cool as a cucumber in the pocket, delivers the throw to the end zone. Timothy shakes off one tackle, waltzes into the end zone to make it a 21-10 ball game. Sonny, the Dinos have found some momentum right when they needed to.
So Dinos score. There's still a minute 37 left to play in this first half. This last 5 minutes has been forever here in the first half. And when we go to halftime, we'll have some stats on the Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show. We'll check scores from around the state. So don't go anywhere.
Yeah, it's going to be a good halftime show, Sonny. Lots of high-stakes games going on around the state of Utah. Excited to bring you those scores as they come in.
Birmingham back to receive the kick. Seth and Evan back to receive the kick for North Sanpete. Chili with the kick. High kick. Carries to the 12-yard line. Birmingham gets up to the 20, slips and falls and goes down there. Coming up to make the tackle was Dawson Johnson. And it'll be 1st and 10 for North Sanpete. The ball sitting on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, defensive MVP this game, Sonny, has been the field. Every time they try and cut back, especially on these kick returns, have been unable to find anything. And that's worked both the benefit and the detriment of the Dinos. The benefit when they're playing defensively, the detriment when they're trying to make those returns, because those chances have been few and far between, as the leg of Contreras usually pins them at the 20.
We'll see if North Sanpete plays conservative here, or if they try to put more points on the board with a minute 33 left. They get the ball to start the second half. Trips go to the right side. Here's a quick screen pass out to the right side. Ball caught by Madsen. They'll pick up maybe... Did he get back to the line of scrimmage? He didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Loss of 2. So Madsen comes out and makes the catch, and now Madsen goes to the sidelines holding his arm.
Yeah, a little trickery on that one, Sonny, trying to catch the Dinos off guard, but now potentially injuring your starting quarterback. That's a risky move for the Hawks as they were forced to call a timeout on the field.
Try a little trick play there. Doesn't work. They get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 with a minute 9 left to play. 21-10. North Sanpete with the lead.
Now, Sonny, the nice thing about this is we can pinpoint already who the next quarterback coming in if Madsen unable to re-enter this contest. It's going to be the junior quarterback, Luke Lee, going to be taking some snaps if Madsen unable to re-enter.
So timeout on the field with a minute 9 left to play.
And lots of cheering from the student section here, Sonny. Homecoming always brings the biggest crowd of the season. That and if...
With a minute 9 left.
And Dinos retake the field defensively. They're trying to get the plans on their feet. The players rushing. Always exciting. The flags start flying. They want the students and the fans on their feet, Sonny, as they try and get this crucial stop to end the half.
Trips come to the near side. Ball sits on the far hash mark, going right to left. North Sanpete shotgun formation. New quarterback in the ball game, throws between the hash marks, has a man open up to the 50-yard line. Evan Birmingham making the catch.
Yeah, Luke Lee comes into the game, immediately delivers the 30-yard dart to the 50-yard line. Clock going to continue to tick. Still more than a minute left, and finally within that final 59 as the Dinos walk downfield. Lee in the shotgun. He takes the snap, drop back, looks downfield.
Go ahead. You're doing good.
Finds Birmingham along the sideline for a gain of about 17 on the play. Luke Lee, an immediate impact as the pocket passer, steps into the contest for the first time tonight and immediately takes over the game.
So move the chains in a first down for North Sanpete. That's first down number 9 for them in the ball game with 47 seconds left to play. That was a big play. Dinos had him in a long situation. They make a big play coming in. Luke Lee makes a beautiful throw. Move chains and a first down. 1st and 10 with 47 seconds left to play. Shotgun formation once again for Lee. 2 receivers, both sides. Running back goes in motion. Lee in trouble. Goes down back at the 40-yard line. It's Maddox Wilson. Gets in the backfield and makes a good defensive play. He just broke right through the offensive line and made the play.
A bit of a resurgence game for Maddox Wilson tonight, Sonny. He's been held quiet by other teams applying a lot of pressure, but tonight he said, let me reintroduce myself to the game, and he has had a major impact offensively and defensively.
Timeout. 42 seconds left to play, so that sack makes it 2nd down and 17. Ball sitting on the Carbon 40.
And, Sonny, it's one of those things where it's the old analogy, when you have a significant other and they say they're going to need 5 minutes to get ready, think of it more like 5 minutes in a football game and both teams have all of their timeouts left. Right. That's kind of the situation we found ourselves in. The last 4.5 minutes have taken nearly half an hour, but both teams not wanting to relent against each other, and that's the kind of football game I'm always happy to sit by.
Yep. Both teams being aggressive on the offensive side of the ball. 2nd 17.
And they're going to keep Lee in at quarterback for the remainder of this drive, it would appear.
2 receivers, both sides. 1 running back stands on the left side of Lee. Shotgun formation, long snap count, wants to throw, looks left side, has a man down the sidelines, overthrew his intended receiver, Evan Birmingham.
A little too much mustard on the hot dog. Lee tries to sling it along the left sideline. He had a man open along there. I'd like to see Carbon's coverage get a little bit tighter. They had 2 defensive backs in the realm of that pass, but I want to see him a little bit closer, applying a little bit more pressure to the pass catcher, but avoiding that ever-crucial pass interference call.
There's no question that Luke Lee has an arm. He threw that thing down the sidelines like nothing.
No, that was a beautiful throw, Sonny.
3rd down and 17. Wants to throw again. Little screen pass. Flag comes in. Ball falls to the ground. Incomplete. Penalty. And then another penalty flag comes out.
He threw that with some gusto, Sonny. That makes me think it's going to be a personal foul.
Yeah.
I like when refs get into the flag throw. It's a crucial part of what they do, and they can show a little flair to it. I'm all for it. It's like celebrating after a touchdown.
So we have a flag sitting on the 46. We have a flag sitting back on the North Sanpete 48.
Holding the Hawks.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, or is it a warning?
Yeah.
Sideline warning, I believe, is what he's saying.
Looks to signal the sideline warning. Coach Milovich not happy with that call one bit. That's usually when you see the sideline warning. So,
wow, that was a sideline warning. That was a long ways to see that sideline warning. So, just a warning.
Yeah, both teams sitting at 1 warning, though. That means the next one going to be one of those 15-yard personal fouls.
So the penalty moves North Sanpete back to the 50. So the Dinos could have declined that penalty. It would have made it 4th down Instead, they take the penalty, so now it's third down. The ball sits on the 50, 3rd and 27.
And I'm a little conflicted, Sonny, because the arm of Lee has shown they can convert this. But it's 3rd and 27, so I've liked the Dinos defense in these situations all season long.
3rd and long. Osborne goes in the slot, one running back. Timeout. North Sanpete. 34 seconds up to play in the first half, and the last 5 minutes of this first half continues to take a long time, but it's been good football, so it's fine.
It's been spectacular football, Sonny. Fun fact, we are entering about minute 50 of quarter number 2. We've been running on this quarter for a bit of time now, as both teams just refused to relent after a first quarter that just flew by.
Yep.
So things looking bleak for the North Sanpete offense with only 34 seconds left and a 3rd and 27 situation. And thinking about it more, Sonny, I really like declining that penalty, because had they not, and had it been 4th down, Contreras, that's a kick that feels like it would be within his range.
Right.
You limit the ability to put any points on the board for North Sanpete with that. You take a bit of a risk by allowing them 2 downs to try and convert this 27 yards, but at the same time, it's a tall task for a team that doesn't necessarily pass the ball very often.
Good point. 3rd down, ball sits on the 50. Shotgun formation for Lee. 3 receivers come to the left side, 2 to the far side, right side, no running back, spread offense. 3rd and long, 3rd and 27. Lee wants to throw in the pocket, being rushed. He'll go down. Back at the 43-yard line. Wilson in to make the sack for the Carbon Dinos, and it's going to be 4th down and a long, long ways. They have to get all the way down to the Carbon Dino 23-yard line. The ball sitting on the North Sanpete 43.
And I think they're going to be content to let this clock tick down to 0, Sonny. Maddox Wilson, 2 sacks on this single drive. He has put North Sanpete on notice.
So the clock runs out, and we played a half of football here at Carbon High School. Homecoming, it's North Sanpete 21 and the Carbon Dinos 10. We got a ball game here at Carbon High School. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist. And here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
Discover the strength and beauty of Flawless Sheeting's metal siding and roofing solutions. Designed to endure and crafted to conserve energy, the products offered by Flawless Sheeting ensure your home not only looks good, but feels good too. Plus, they come with a 40-year warranty. Enjoy superior durability and enhanced comfort year-round with new roofing from Flawless Sheeting. Ready to upgrade? Call Flawless Sheeting at 636-7300 and elevate the way you live.
You see your friends with their new travel trailers, four-wheelers, and side-by-sides. They're living the dream, right? Well, it doesn't just have to be a dream. You can start living that same dream life today by starting your new career with GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance. GMS is hiring mechanics, electricians, fabricators, experienced and inexperienced miners. They offer high starting wages, benefits, a 401k, and vacation pay. Local jobs are available. Apply today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. The dream can be yours with GMS Mine Repair.
We're not going out on a limb when we say,
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen. Fantastic food, fun atmosphere. Known for their made-from-scratch pizzas, Juniper has the very best pastas, burgers, salads, wraps, hoagies, paninis, appetizers, loaded sodas, desserts, vegan and vegetarian options. Dine in for lunch or dinner, Tuesday through Friday, 11 till 8. Saturdays, noon till 8. Order online at juniperkitchenutah.com with DoorDash delivery. Stop beating around the bush for a great meal.
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen and Price.
You're looking for somewhere you could be proud to work. Komatsu is looking for you. Komatsu is a leading manufacturer of construction, mining, forestry, and industrial heavy equipment. Komatsu currently has openings for seasoned welders, journeyman electricians, and MSHA certified electricians, as well as master machinists. At Komatsu, not only will your skills be rewarded with competitive wages, but you'll also enjoy benefits like a robust 401k plan. Grow with Komatsu. Go to komatsu.com or call Tanner at 636-6150.
The more things change,
the more they stay the same.
Yes, Mr. Automotive has a new building in Huntington.
But that just means the services they offer just got better.
Detailing and mechanic work are being added to the already great service Mr. Automotive had already offered.
And all deals are still done with the owner at the lowest prices possible.
New building, same best prices, and more auto services. Go to MrAutomotiveSales.com or stop by the dealership, 21 South Main, Huntington. Mr. Automotive, the best for less.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
At Oliver Law, we specialize in criminal defense and DUI. Everyone needs to know their rights. Let us guide you through the criminal justice minefield. At Oliver Law, we still believe in innocent until proven guilty.
In the heart of Carbon and Emery counties, Quick Realty is here to help you make the right move. Experience the future of home buying with our Matterport 3D tours, giving you an immersive look at your potential home from anywhere. Meet our dedicated team of local professionals, just real people who care, walking you through every step of the way. As a Zillow Premier and Realtor.com specialist, Quick Realty is your trusted expert, handling everything from residential, commercial, and mountain properties to property management. Your dream home is just a call away. Let Quick Realty help you find it.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist. And here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
Welcome to the Carbon Dinos Halftime Report, brought to you by Castle Valley Orthodontics. Call 637-2222 and schedule your free consultation for a smile that will last a lifetime.
Welcome back to Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show. It's 21-10. North Sanpete with the lead over the Carbon Dinos. Halftime region play here tonight. And Aiden will take a look at some stats here in the first half. Some team stats first. First down situation is North Sanpete with 9 and the Carbon Dinos with 8. So the Carbon Dinos have been moving the football once again tonight.
Yeah, they have been, Sonny, and it's just been a few of those red zone issues rearing their ugly head that have impacted them mainly throughout the course of this game. But I liked what I saw on that last drive from the Dinos, really putting everything together.
Penalty-wise, 4 for 25 for the Dinos. 9 penalties for 92 yards for North Sanpete. That's been a killer to them. It's killed a couple of drives, and it's helped the Dinos a couple of times.
No, and it's a strange thing to see this this level of undisciplined play from North Sanpete. Typically, they come in and they are a very well-disciplined group of players. That's just not normally what you expect from a team coached by Dave Peak. You expect to see a little more discipline from them, but that just hasn't been the case tonight.
Turnovers, 1 for Carbon. North Sanpete with no turnovers in the first half. They were taking care of the ball. Taking a look at scoring by quarters. At the end of one, it was 7-3 North Sanpete. In the second quarter, they outscored the Dinos 14-7. That's where we sit, 21-10 here at the half.
And, Sonny, it was a good reminder on one of those North Sanpete touchdowns that you have to play until the whistle, because that's what came and bit the Dinos on that big punt return touchdown. That wasn't a catch-and-run punt return. That was ball sitting at the 50-yard line. About 5 or 6 Dinos surround it in a circle. Sneaky play by Seth Birmingham. Sneaks in, grabs it, yanks it away, and is able to sprint along the sideline for a touchdown. And that was just killer for the Dinos.
Take a look at scoring. Right now, Osborne from Matson, 18-yard touchdown pass with 3:16 left to play in the first quarter. Make it 6-0. Contreras' extra point good, 7-0. Then with 16 seconds left to play in the first half, 38-yard field goal by Timothy for the Carbon Dinos. And after one quarter, we had a 7-3 game.
Yeah, and it was a very close affair then, Sonny, and it also gave the illusion that this was going to be a quick game as well. But you'll get into it. Second quarter proved just the opposite.
Yeah, second quarter, not much going on until 4:33 left to play, and Aki had a 15-yard touchdown run. Contreras extra point good to make it 14-3. Then with 4:05 left to play in the second quarter, after a 3-and-out for the Carbon Dinos, a punt, Seth Birmingham picked up the ball when the ball was just sitting there. Kind of a risky play, but it worked for him. Picks it up, 45-yard punt return for the touchdown. Contreras extra point good. It's 21-3.
And that felt like it was a real turning point. The Dinos needed to respond, or else this one was going to get out of hand quickly.
And they did. A 12-yard touchdown pass from Dunn to Timothy. Timothy's extra point good, and that's where we sit at the half, 21-10. But there's a couple of things that have impressed me here in the first half for the Carbon Dinos. One is Dunn is really standing in the pocket till the last second, and he is making throws, and he's taking the hits. He knows he's going to get hit. He's standing in the pocket, and he's making plays, and the receivers are coming down with the ball.
No, and it's impressive how he's embraced that contact. Normally you see quarterbacks shy away from it. It reminds me of a story I heard earlier this week from NFL running back Cam Scadaboo. Apparently when he was a little kid, he would put on his older brother's football pads and spend hours just running into telephone poles. That's kind of the mentality Dunn has brought to the field tonight. He isn't scared of contact. He doesn't shy away from it. He's willing to lay his body on the line for this team, and it led to a Dino touchdown.
So the Carbon Dinos trail 21-10. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we will have some scores from around the state of Utah. High school scores, region scores, and different classifications. Ada's got it all right here for us when we come back. 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist. And here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
Having a great local pharmacy that you can rely on is important. At Price Family Pharmacy, transferring your prescriptions is simple and hassle-free. Just call us at 637-3737 and we'll take care of the rest. Need your medication delivered right to your door? We offer free delivery to make your life even easier. Managing multiple medications? Ask about our convenient med packing services to keep you organized and on track. Visit Price Family Pharmacy and experience a team that genuinely cares. Feel better about your pharmacy. Choose Price Family Pharmacy today.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
Plumbing issues don't happen every day, but when they do, it's good to know that there's a plumber you can trust right here in the Castle Country. The Swell Plumber has over 30 years of experience and has proven that he's reliable. Here's what some customers have said about the Swell Plumber.
Kurt was amazing. He came out to the house the same day and got quotes to us very quickly.
Kurt kept in touch with us with updates as things progressed. I was definitely pleased.
For residential and commercial plumbing, go to theswellplumber.com and book your appointment today.
Picture this. A sudden burst pipe, flames engulfing your kitchen, Disaster strikes when you least expect it. But fear not, because Restore Wizard of Price is here to save the day. Their team of restoration experts is ready to tackle any fire or flood emergency from start to finish. They're not just here to fix the damage, they're here to restore your peace of mind. Don't let disaster catch you off guard. Call Restore Wizard of Price, 637-9165. Restore Wizard, the magic of a fresh start. The time is now to join the JN Auto Experience. Browse quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs at our Price or Huntington lots. JN Auto can even help you get financing. Get fast, expert mechanic service to keep your vehicle running smoothly. Treat your car to a spotless wash or make it shine with professional detailing. Even rent a car. All in one convenient stop. JN Auto. Driven forward.
Welcome to the Carbon Dinos Halftime Report, brought to you by Castle Valley Orthodontics. Call 637-2222 and schedule your free consultation for a smile that will last a lifetime.
Welcome back to the Castle Valley Orthodontics Halftime Show. 21-10 the score. The Carbon Dinos trailing North Sanpete. Homecoming 2025 here at Carbon High School. We have a packed house here tonight at Carbon High School. The atmosphere is great. The Dinos playing good football. They're in this game. North Sanpete gets the ball to start the second half. That's going to be a huge possession. The Dinos can get a 3-and-out and get good field position and make this a one-possession game.
Now you need to force the stop here on the first drive of the second half. So that's going to be crucial for Carbon to try and get accomplished, because if not, it's going to be rough waters trying to come back down. Right now, a very manageable situation, only down 11 and a chance to continue to climb as they go into half number 2.
95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. Tell the listeners, 95.3 The Peak. You have an afternoon show on this station. Tell them a little bit about 95.3 The Peak.
Oh, man. So, it's the kind of music that I love. Some of that adult contemporary, some of that pop, namely Sabrina Carpenter, Chappell Roan, the Taylor Swifts of the world. You're going to be hearing them right here. We got Mallory in the morning taking you up every weekday and weekend. She does a great job getting me excited for the day, because I wake up, Sonny, I'm not necessarily happy to be awake, but Mallory does a great job in encouraging me back into the world of the living. I take over from 12 to 4, providing little commentary. You've heard my remarks here. It's a lot of similar stuff there. Then we have Shalise Rahala taking over after me, and then we go to Mario Lopez. It's a full slate for 95.3 The Peak, and a great destination for Eastern Utah's best music.
95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. Tell the listeners where you can watch Carbon Dino football along with us as well.
I'm glad you asked, Sonny. You can watch us over on YouTube at Castle Country Radio Carbon, as well as on the KSL Sports app. We also have a link to these streams, both audio and visual, available over on castlecountryradio.com.
So lots of ways to be with us to enjoy Carbon Dino football. Once again, it's homecoming night, 21-10, halftime score. Carbon Dinos trailing North Sanpete. Now let's get some scores from around the state of Utah. You got a ton of them tonight, so let's get going.
That we do, Sonny. It is a packed night of high school football across the state of Utah. And we'll look first at the 3A classification. Manti up right now 28-14 over a visiting San Juan Bronco, their last remaining non-region showdown against the Broncos. It's a good day when San Juan loses. That's a team who they're too good. They're too good for their own good. Grantsville up 35-0 over the Ogden Tigers. Ogden was looking to bounce back from a devastating loss to Logan last week. Not looking very good in their department.
Yeah, Grantsville comes in 6. Ogden comes in 8. So
a tough matchup there. Juab up 25-3 against Canyon View. Mind you, this game is being played in Cedar City. Morgan up big over Ben Lowman, 49-0 down there. Logan defeats the Union Cougars 31-10. Logan shocking a lot of people as region play enters. And right now, Sonny, Cedar City up over the Richfield Wildcats 35-21 at the half. That's a showdown between two very tough teams, but I'd give the advantage to Cedar. They're playing in Cedar.
That's a good matchup tonight in Region 3. Cedar and Richfield. We'll keep updated with that on our sister station. Emory's down in Moab tonight playing Grand. Jordan's down there on our sister station KOAL 107.3 FM 750 AM. JM, what do we got going on there?
Well, Sonny, that game's a bit of a less interesting watch right now. Emory up 62-0 over the Grand Red Devils with still 6:53 left to go in quarter number 4. So a bit of a long one there. We look to next week's opponents, though, where we're going to be making the trip down to Delta to take on the Rabbits. South Sevier up against Delta at Delta 48-20. So lots of great football being played across the state of Utah right now, and I'm glad to be here with you at Carbon High for tonight's homecoming festivities.
It's great, and as you said, we will be in Delta next week. Pregame show 6:30, kickoff 7 o'clock. So join us once again next week. We will make the drive for you so you can watch Carbon Dino football, listen to Carbon Dino football as well. Delta, it's always a good game when they play Delta. Looking forward to next week.
That I am too, Sonny. Delta used to be one of those teams who, just by the name on the front of their jerseys, they were a fearsome group to face. But now in recent years, things have kind of tapered off down in central Utah. So now they're trying to find themselves with a bit of a resurgence. But the Dinos, a real shot to come away with the win on the road.
Here tonight, halftime, North Sanpete 21, Carbon Dinos 10. When we come back, we'll have more of the Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist. And here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
Welcome to Emory and Carbon Animal Health, where Dr. Jensen and his staff greet you and your pet with caring smiles. Our exam rooms are clean and inviting. Our accredited doctors offer many procedures, including examinations, surgery, dentistry, and boarding. Schedule an appointment today. 2 locations to serve you. Emory and Carbon Animal Health. Animals big and small. We care for them all.
It's fun! It's our favorite place.
Strike up family fun for everyone. Gateway Lanes. Families that play together stay together. And Gateway Lanes is your center for fun, snacks, and great food. So let Gateway Lanes do the cooking with open and league bowling year-round and Club Bowl Thursday night, 9 till 11:30, with unlimited bowling including shoes. Since 1989, Helper's Hometown Bowling Center, Gateway Lanes, South Main Street in Historic Helper, and bowlhelper.com. Let's roll.
Our home flooded when the refrigerator line broke. We felt helpless, didn't know what to do. Our neighbors told us to call On Call Restore. They really came through for us.
Serving all of southeastern Utah, they're fast and professional. 24/7 emergency services for water, fire, and mold. They even do emergency board-ups. And as a licensed insured general contractor, they do the remodeling as well. Call for a free quote, 650-1092.
Bringing you peace of mind during the worst of times. Call On Call, 650-1092.
We'll be on our way.
Golfers, get ready for year-round fun at Swing and Swear. Step into the action with over 43,000 world-class courses to choose from. No passport required. Rain or shine, you can tee off indoors. Multiple bays, club rentals, tables, chairs, and concessions. It's the perfect spot to practice your game, celebrate with friends, or spend time with family. From the serious golfer to first-timers, everyone is welcome to join the fun. Swing and Swear, located just off Ridge Road. Call 299-6200 to schedule a tee time today.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Football on the Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back, Carbon Dino Football, Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show. Seniors are quite happy here at Carbon High School. They just won the Golden Brick.
It's always fun to see these homecoming traditions, Sonny. Back in Emory, we didn't have a golden brick or anything like it, so I like Carbon's idea of having that, especially with it being a brick. Watching the seniors lift that over their heads, that was pretty impressive. They've obviously been spending some time in the weight room.
That is the class that shows the most enthusiasm, I believe, for homecoming week. Congratulations to the seniors. It's 21-10 here at halftime. The Carbon Dinos down to North Sanpete, and just how important is this first possession in the second half for the Carbon Dino defense to get a stop.
Sonny, dare I say this might be the most important possession of the game. If the Dinos can't get the stop here, they limit it to a 2-score affair. But if they let North Sanpete come away with it, they're down 3 scores. And that's not a position you want to find yourself in. That's barring an extra point as well. So the Dinos really need to find themselves a stop in a bad way early on to keep going and keep themselves alive in the game. And, based on what we've seen through quarter number 2 and quarter number 1, this is a defense who can get the job done.
Aiden, you've really liked the way the Dinos have ran the ball this year, but that last possession for the Carbon Dinos, that was a pass drive. And they moved the ball down the field and got a touchdown throwing the football.
And I think it was the best display of passing we have seen from the Dinos all season long. It was a very well-connected, very patient drive by the Dinos. Caden Dunn did an excellent job in the pocket, navigating the pressure, sometimes even absorbing hits as he threw the ball and making the right plays to lead the Dinos downfield. Tager Timothy able to shake off one tackle at the 1-yard line to find himself in the promised land.
Yeah, we've said that Dunn has done a great job holding on to the ball as long as he can hold on to it to make a play.
Yeah, he has done an excellent job just keeping his composure in the pocket, and that's a skill that's hard to develop, especially when you're stepping in as quickly as he has this season. Howie's had a little more time to grow and develop as a quarterback, and it's paying dividends right now.
Hope you enjoyed the Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show. The teams are taking the field for the second half. The Dinos will be going left to right, North Sanpete right to left. North Sanpete will get the ball first. They won the toss. They deferred to the second half. Now they have their option. No, now they're going to switch them around, by the way. So the Dinos will go right to left, North Sanpete left to right.
And no wind blowing. That flagpole sitting pretty neutral right now, so not necessarily an advantage going either direction. So really a non-issue for both of these two teams. But Carbon ready for the kickoff. North Sanpete, not so much. They've yet to take the field.
The weather once again for us tonight. We've been blessed with some great weather here for this high school football season so far. It's just a beautiful night for homecoming and the Carbon Dinos. It's been a great homecoming week, hasn't it?
Oh, it's been incredible, Sonny. One of my favorite traditions happened on Wednesday. They do a kindergartner senior walk. It's the cutest little thing. The seniors on one side, they have the kindergartners on the other, and they meet at midfield, embrace. They pass off advice, some gifts. It's just a fun thing to see. It's become quickly my favorite homecoming tradition here in Carbon County.
The Dinos will kick the ball away. Kicking it away will be Chili, and we are underway for the second half. It's a kick that's going to carry to the 10-yard line. Bobbled a little bit and then picked up by Birmingham. Gets across the 20 to the 23-yard line, and then he is brought down hard. First down for North Sanpete. They will start from there. Now the Dinos defense comes on the field. Let's see if they can get a stop here.
Yeah, swallowed him up whole on that one, Sonny. That was a beautiful hit coming courtesy of Max Tusher, the sophomore. But a crucial defensive stand for the Dinos to open up quarter number 3 and the second half of action. A stop here can quickly turn the tides in the Dinos' favor.
First down, 10. The ball sitting on the 27-yard line. First offensive play of the second half. Back in the ball game is Madsen. That's good that he's back in the ball game. He missed the last drive for North Sanpete, but he's back out there playing, and that's what you like to see. So a first down goes to second down. We'll call it 6.
You do have to give a lot of credit to backup Luke Lee, though, on that drive. He came in, and he did an excellent job navigating downfield until Maddox Wilson laid his big paws on him, sacked him twice, and ended the second half with no change.
Second down, we'll call it 6. Ball sitting on the 31-yard line. Madsen under center. Dinos make a shift on defense. Handoff goes around the left side, some running room, pickup of about 4 on the play. The ball carrier that time is a key, and it will be third down, probably about 3 for North Sanpete.
And some good defensive
adjustments. Call it 2.
Some good defensive adjustments coming by the Dinos. Normally that end-around play would have resulted in a gain of 7 to 8 yards, but that time able to bring down a key before he could do any major damage, but a very manageable 3rd and 3 coming up for North Sanpete.
Simmons on the tackle. There's the handoff up the middle. I believe he got to the first down marker, depending on where they mark it. Going to be close.
Yeah, standing right near that barrier is the official. They're going to signal them forward. That's a first down for North Sanpete. They're doing what they did so well in the first half. Little grit and grind. They go 2-3 yards each carry before they can find a major weakness and burst through for a big play.
First down, 10. Handoff. Goes to a key once again. Comes over the right side, across the 40, 45, gets past the chains, and gets to the midfield stripe and picks up 12 yards and a first down. Nice run by a key to move the chains for the Hawks.
And we didn't see any gang tackling there by the Dinos, an area which they've excelled in very much so this season. But North Sanpete has found a way to find themselves in one-on-one situations with defenders, and they've taken full advantage.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball sitting just shy of the 50-yard line. Matson under center. Handoff. Goes around the left side. Can he get to the corner? Yes, he does. Osborne has running room. 40, 35, 30, down to the 25-yard line. First down, but we got a flag back at the 45-yard line. Let's see what it is.
And that's going to be interesting to see, Sonny, at the line of scrimmage. And what else would it be but a hold? And the undisciplined play of North Sanpete comes back to bite them. A big play negated by penalty. Instead of facing a 1st and 10 near the 20-yard line in the red zone, they're going to face a 1st and 20.
That is their 10th penalty for 102 yards.
And, it's never good when going into the second half of play, you're on pace for 200 penalty yards. That's just not a statistic any coach is going to be smiling at when they see the final scorebook.
First down, 20. Ball goes back to the 39-yard line. Matson under center. Fakes the handoff, drops back deep, now rolls to his right, looking, throws out in the flat. Caught at the 38-yard line, and a flag comes out.
Based on where it was thrown, I wouldn't be surprised to see a sideline call against the Dinos, because that didn't look like it had anything to do with the contact based on where the official was.
Right. Was caught for really no gain, but we'll see what the flag's about.
They're talking it over.
They are.
And looks like they're going to be set to move the ball backwards based on the direction of the refs. But we're still waiting for white hat confirmation.
Talking it out. They're going to wave the flag.
I think that's a fair call because I didn't really see anything wrong with that play. The closest thing that could have came was another sideline violation for the Dinos.
Yep. Second down, 20.
Second down. Second down, 20.
Carbon Dino football, 95-3 the Peak where the Dinos play. Game set here, 9:39 left to play third quarter, 21-10. North Sanpete with the lead. They have the ball, 2nd and 20 on the 39-yard line of North Sanpete. Man in motion goes away from us. Matson rolls to the left side, throws out in the flat, has a receiver, caught at the 50, makes a move to the 45-yard line, and picks up another 6 yards. We got a flag on the play at the 50-yard line. Let's see what the flag is.
Based on what I saw on that play, I would be expected to see maybe a face mask of some kind as Osborne tried to get the cutback. You saw a defender reach up, graze that mask. Yep, face mask.
That's what it is. Personal foul against the Dinos. That's going to be a 15-yarder from the end of the play, and that will get a first down for North Sanpete as that penalty moves the ball all the way down to the Carbon 30.
Well, Sonny, they call me the Nostradamus of the modern age for calls like that. Heartbreaking penalty for a Dinos team, which up to that point had avoided any of those major penalties.
First down 10, 9:31 left to play here in the third. Matson under center, man in motion comes towards us. Osborne, handoff goes up the middle, some running room across the 25, close to the first down. I believe we have a flag on the play again.
Let's see if I can go 3 for 3, Sonny. I'm thinking based on where it falls, holding.
And it is holding.
3 for 3, Sonny. They call me Steph Curry. I don't miss, as that's going to set him back 10 yards. But North Sanpete so far this drive has been able to overcome those penalty yards. But the big thing here is it keeps the clock stalled. And that's something that's going to play against North Sanpete's advantage. What they did so well was control the flow of the game in the first half. They dictated how much time Carbon was going to have until that final 4.5 minutes. Since then, it's been a free-for-all in terms of who's going to find themselves in control of the time.
1st and 20. They had this last time. They got the first down. So let's see if they the Dinos can stop them here way behind the chains with the 1st and 20. Madsen hands it off up the middle. There's running room for a Key. He gets down to the 31-yard line, gets 9 of it back. 2nd down and 11.
And what's so impressive about these runs, Sonny, is that they blend so well between the various options that the quarterback has going into the play. He can hand it off up the middle, go to the outside on the motion, or he can keep it for himself and go for a pass. And they blend those motions so seamlessly, you never quite know where it's going to go. I've been fooled quite a few times by it.
2nd down, 11. 2 running backs in the backfield for Madsen under center. Hands it off to the first man through. Once again, it's a Key. He'll find some running room across the 30. Gets down to the 27-yard line. Pick up a 5. Make it 3rd down and 7. So they're being really patient. They had a 1st and 20. They're just picking up 5-6 yards a pop. Now they got a 3rd down, and it's manageable.
Yeah, and they've really whittled their way back into this after a penalty looked to really halt their momentum. But credit to them, they've done an excellent job regaining composure and marching back down to make it a very manageable 3rd and 7.
Madsen under center once again. Dinos defense up tight. Long snap count. Trying to get the Dinos to jump here on 3rd down. There's the snap. Throws out in the flat. Ball caught at the 23-yard line. It's going to be short of the 1st down, but it'll be 4th down and 2. Out here to make the catch is Evan Birmingham.
And with how effective their quarterback sneak has been, Sonny, I expect him to go for it on this 4th, despite having the leg of Contreras behind them, who could hit from this range. The quarterback sneak has been oh so effective throughout the contest. They'd be foolish not to at least give it a try, especially in Carbon territory.
Ball sits on the 22. They got to get to the 20. 4th down, they'll go for it. Dino defense up tight. Under center goes Madsen. Handoff. Comes to the right side. He didn't get it. Great defensive play by the Dinos.
And, Sonny, they batten down the hatches. Big play for Carbon on that one. Coming up big, a duo on that left side. You got to give a lot of credit to big Andy Kiefer on it. Able to bring him down. He's a monster defensively. Been held quiet today until that play, stepping up big when the Dinos need it.
He tried to take it to the right side. There was nowhere to go. The defense gets the stop. We said they needed to get a stop and have North Sanpete get no points. They took some time off the clock, but they didn't get any points. They could cut it to a one-possession game here.
A spectacular defensive stand by the Dinos.
Ball sits near hash mark. They go right to left. Dunn's going to keep it. He has running room into the secondary across the 30-35. The ball comes out. It looked like he was down, but they say no.
Well, that's a heartbreaking turn of events, Sonny, as the officials do not call him down, and instead they call the ball forward. But I like the leadership I'm seeing on the sideline by Will Hinckley. He's able to run up to Dunn, pick back up his quarterback, and just lift him up to his feet, tell him it's okay. We still got plenty of game to try and play. Will Hinckley, a true leader. I had the chance to stand down on the field while they were doing their pregame speeches as captains, and let me tell you, Hinckley's got some fire behind him.
That ball came out before he was down, apparently, and it'll be 1st and 10 for North Sanpete. The ball sits on the 34-yard line. So the Dinos defense does their job. Dunn has a great run. Good defensive play to knock that ball out.
Yeah, no, great defensive job by North Sanpete coming up in a major way to answer back.
Madsen under center, 1st and 10. Ball sits on the Dino 34. Dinos show blitz. Here they come. Handoff goes to Osborne. Osborne has a little bit of running room, gets to the 30, picks up half of the 10. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And these 5-yard runs are just chewing away at the Dinos. Every time you see them break one off, it gives you a little bit of a heart attack, because you know that if they can break into the secondary level, then they're going to be able to break away for a big gain. 5 yards is just the start. We've seen gains of up to 30 by North Sanpete.
6:36 and running, 21-10. North Sanpete Hawks with the lead in the ball on the Dinos side. Ball sits on the 30. Hawks break the huddle and come to the line. Matson under center once again, 2 running backs. This has been their formation for the entire second half. Fake the handoff, wants to throw, slips, throws, has a man anyway, and he gets the ball there. He slipped and still got the ball to Kyson Taylor for a first down to the Carbon 10-yard line. How he got that ball to Taylor, I have no idea. His back foot slipped, but he kept his composure and got the ball there.
And that's just been the theme throughout the game, Sonny, is stellar quarterback play when it comes to throwing under pressure, under hit, or in this case, under a trip.
First down, goal for North Sanpete. Ball just inside the 10-yard line. 6 minutes left to play. Handoff goes up the middle. It's a key. He's got running room across the 5 down to the 4. Pick up of 6, second down.
I was saying that was a hole big enough to drive a Mack truck through. A great job by the Hawks offensive line unit to open up the gap for a key to rush through. No one within about 10 feet of that initial gap.
Down to the 4-yard line, second down. Matson just keeps it himself on the quarterback sneak, pounds his way into the end zone for the touchdown from 4 yards out.
Well, from bad to worse for the Dinos, the fumble sets up North Sanpete near the 30-yard line. They take advantage of the great field position and score. About 5 plays later, North Sanpete puts themselves up 27-10 over the Dinos here on homecoming night.
Chargers up on to attempt the extra point. Long snap count. The snap and the hold. The kick is up. Kick is good. 5:30 left to play, third quarter. North Sanpete 28, the Carbon Dinos 10. When we come back, the Dinos get the ball. Carbon Dino Football, 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
Carbon High School football on KRPX 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back. Carbon Dino football. Dinos will get the ball now after the North Sanpete touchdown. Here's a line drive kick that lands on the 15-yard line to the 5, to the 10, 15. Across the 20, 25, 30. 35, 40. 40-yard line goes Timothy, and a good return for the Carbon Dinos, and they have good field position. Nice return by Timothy.
And that's what they needed, Sonny, is they needed a mess up on that opening kick by the special teams unit, because normally Contreras pins them at the 20. They needed just a little bit of magic. Timothy provides that, sets them up at the 40-yard line. It's nice knowing you have the backfield to receive of Nichols and Timothy on that, both lethal in the kick return game.
Ball sits on the 41-yard line, first down. Or the Dinos need to answer back now. Shotgun formation for the Dinos. Handoff goes up the middle. It's Nichols. He'll get 2 yards on the play and then brought back. Forward progress puts the ball on the 42-yard line. Second down and 8.
Braden Palmer, the senior linebacker, shoots a double leg takedown on that one. Gets low, duck walks with the legs in hand and drives them back. Forward progress saving the Dinos on that one.
Second down. On our sister station, KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM, tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. kickoff, Utah, West Virginia.
Always a good time. Utah needs a bounce-back game. West Virginia looks to be that game for them.
Shotgun for Dunn. He slips, throws as he's hit. Falls to the ground, incomplete.
I don't know. There was a lot of yanking on the collar on that play, Sonny. Dunn with a great recovery, though, nearly slipping, falling down, delivers the dime downfield, but unable to come back and make the catch on it. Are the Dinos trying to find his way to the ball was Colton Finch, and he definitely got grabbed a little bit as he was trying to make that comeback run by the defensive back, but no flag means nothing happened.
Third down, 9. Shotgun formation for the Dinos. Dunn wants to throw. He's looking right. Goes to his tight end. Wilson. Incomplete. Ball knocked away at the last second. Good defensive play over there by Seth at Birmingham.
Yeah, that was just a very good defensive play by Birmingham. You can't find anything to nitpick about that. He waits till the perfect moment to bat the ball away from Wilson. Forces a 4th down situation for the Dinos. 4th and 9 they go in a situation where points are needed in a bad way.
4th down, Dinos will punt the ball away. There's a high snap. He controls it. High kick. Bounces at the 35-yard line and dies right there. The ball is not bouncing on this turf tonight. It's just dying. 1st down and 10 for North Sanpete. They'll start on their own 35.
So are the players, Sonny. No one really able to navigate this field very well tonight.
Also on KOAL on Sunday, 2:25 p.m. The Raiders and the Bears.
It's a winnable game for the Raiders. You hope they can pull it off. I'm hoping for my dad's sake. He's a big Las Vegas fan. And, it's one of those things where, with you and Jordan, it's dictated by the Rams games, how the week goes. For my dad, it's the Raiders.
Those are the kickoff times, pregame shows for both Utah and the Las Vegas Raiders on KOAL. So lots of football this weekend. Handoff goes to Osborne. He fights his way up for about 3 yards. Call it 2nd down and 7.
Breaks 1 tackle, able to keep on moving forward. That's been the story of the game for North Sanpete. Continual movement. Hard to stop them, send them backwards, or even at the line of scrimmage. They do an excellent job just maintaining that forward pressure.
Sorensen on the tackle for the Dinos. 2nd down, they gave him 4, so 2nd and 6. Under the center goes Matson. 2 receivers to the near side. Go left to right on your dial. Ball sits in the middle of the hash marks. Long snap count once again. Rolls to his right, throws out in the flat. The little screen pass goes to Key. He's got running room across the 50, 1st down.
And he tried to cut back and slipped. Now he
stepped out of bounds back at the 47.
Yeah, holding his ankle. They're treating it like a cramp. The players are right now. There's nothing more painful than a cramp in the calf, Sonny. I'm just old, I say, as a 20-something, but getting those in the middle of the night is the worst feeling imaginable. I hate seeing players get cramps.
Yep.
But going to set North Sanpete up at the 48-yard line, knocking on the 50.
1st down.
3:33 left to go here in quarter number 3. That's a lot of threes we're looking at right now. 28-10 is your score. North Sanpete above the Dinos here on homecoming night as both teams hit the sideline for the time being.
Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, more Carbon Dino football. It's, as you said, 28-10. Dinos trail, North Sanpete.
Looking for the perfect mattress? We've got you covered. At Bill's Home Furnishings, we have the largest selection of mattresses in eastern Utah, including the highly rated Serta Perfect Sleeper. And when it comes to price, we're competitive with anywhere in the state. But we're more than just mattresses. From quality furniture and home accessories to reliable appliances, we've got everything you need to make your house a home. Stop by Bill's Home Furnishings today, where selection, savings, and service meet. Right here in eastern Utah.
Looking for financial solutions? At Cache Valley Bank, they're here to help. Whether you need commercial loans, mortgages, or expert financial advising, they've got you covered. Visit them today on the corner of First West and Main Street. Cache Valley Bank, your partner in financial success.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. When your comfort is on the line, trust the experts who care. At Air Temp Heating and Cooling, we've been dedicated to keeping Castle Country cozy since 1999. Our certified technicians are ready with 24/7 emergency service and the latest knowledge in heating and cooling technology. As a proud Bryant authorized dealer, we'll do whatever it takes to ensure your home or business stays comfortable year-round. Call Air Temp Heating and Cooling today at 637-4468.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist. And here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
At Castle Country Vet, they believe every pet deserves a touch of love and expert care. You can trust Dr. Harmer and Dr. Kelly. They're not just veterinarians, but passionate pet lovers, dedicated to nurturing your furry friends like family. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, you and your pet will experience compassionate, professional care every step of the way. Let Castle Country Vet help your pets lead the happiest, healthiest lives. Call Castle Country Vet today, 637-5797, because love is a four-legged word.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Football on the Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back. As good news as Aiden Aki walks off under his own power. That's always great to see. 3:33 left to play here in the third, 28-10.
You know, anytime.
1st and 10 for North Sanpete. Sorry, Aiden.
Oh no, that's my bad. I interrupted you. A key. It's good anytime you can see a player walk off under their own power, especially after being down for as long as a key was. That was a heart-wrenching few minutes, but luckily up and we're moving again.
So under center goes Matson. 1st down, 10. Ball sitting on the North Sanpete 48-yard line. Dinos need to get the ball back. There's the snap. Little reverse goes to Birmingham around the left side across the 50, 45-yard line. Marking him on the 44. Good pickup on the play of 7. 2nd down, and, you know, we said it for both of these teams. 1st down is so important for both of these teams, the way their offense is. And right now, North Sanpete's getting 4 or 5 yards on 1st down.
Now, anytime you can feel that momentum flowing your way on 1st down, that's going to be a good sign for the rest of the drive. And that's been the case for both of these teams. Like you mentioned, North Sanpete able to do it oh so well throughout the game. They get big runs, 4 or 5 yards each 1st down. And the times they haven't, the Dinos have been able to come up with big stops.
Break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun this time for Matson. We haven't seen that for a while. Man in motion goes away from us. Ball sits on the far hash mark. Whistle. Timeout.
And, yeah, the clock continues to tick down. There's moments, Sonny, where it feels like that clock just doesn't stop, and others where it feels all it does is freeze in time. 2:39 left here in quarter number 3. As we've seen games around the state, some of those higher-scoring affairs, verging on those blowouts, have already come to a conclusion. Over on our sister station, KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM, the Emory Spartans earned their first region victory, courtesy of a 69-0 walloping of the Grand Red Devils.
So Emory with the win tonight. Some other scores from around the state while we have a timeout here at Carbon High School.
We'll take a look. Milford, another blowout game, this time coming in the 1A 8-man ranks. They win 72-6 over Altamont. A tight battle happening in Cedar City, 42-35, as the Wildcats look to upset the top-seeded Cedar Reds. If Richfield can come away with that win, Sonny, that's going to have major implications for the RPI. I wouldn't be surprised to see that skyrocket them to number 1 in the rankings.
Right. 2nd down 2. Ball sits on the Carbon 44-yard line. Matson back under center again. Long snap count once again. Handoff goes up the middle. Plenty of running room across the 40 down to the 38-yard line. The ball carrier picking up the first down and moving the chains for North Sanpete. That was Striker Lee carrying the football.
And with the wing tee, Sonny, they have the advantage of having an extra blocker along the edge to crack down and help seal and open gaps for themselves. That's why we've seen them be effective on the outside game as well as the inside game. They have pretty much a tight end, I guess is what you could call it, in this formation to help crack down and lay down an additional block.
First down, handoff once again to Lee. He finds running room, another first down to the 25-yard line, pickup of 13, move the chains again. And you can tell by one stat that we have here that the second half has been controlled by North Sanpete's offense. They had 9 first downs at the half. They now have 17. The Dinos still have 8, and that's what they had at halftime.
Yeah, nearly doubling your offensive output in terms of first downs in a single quarter, always an impressive feat, but I think it's fair to say North Sanpete has just dominated the line of scrimmage so far, barring that opening drive.
Ball control, running that play clock down. Matson goes under center. Handoff, comes to the right side. Osborne breaks one tackle, doesn't break the second tackle as Wilson comes over to make the stop for a loss on the play of 2. Maddox with a good play.
That he did, Sonny, and he's been making his impact felt throughout the game. Done an excellent job. His holding gets called against North Sanpete. It's one of those situations, Sonny. Do you accept it knowing that you can move the down marker or you set them back?
I think the success that they're having, just running the ball 4, 5, 6 yards a pop, I think you have to take this penalty and move them back.
And I have to agree with you there, Sonny. It's a tough call for sure, but the right one, accepting it.
First down.
Ball sitting on the 36-yard line with 1:37 left to play here in the third quarter, and it's a 28-10 game. Matson comes up to the line of scrimmage, goes under center. One receiver goes to the far side. Ball sits near hash mark. They go left to right. Matson fakes the handoff, drops back, throws, has a man wide open out in the flat left side. 20, 10, 5. He will dive into the end zone. They call him short. Call him down on the 1-yard line. Osborne with a wide open out in the left flat.
And that was a spectacular play design by North Sanpete, Sonny. You run the ball consistently. We hadn't seen him pass hardly at all over the course of this drive, and you get him so drawn into ignoring the quarterback on his fake rollout. That time keeps the ball for himself, delivers a dot to Osborne, able to get down to the 1-yard line. And in short distance situations, Sonny, North Sanpete excelled.
Yep. First and goal. Matson will go under center. Long snap count. Handoff up the middle. And touchdown. We have a flag comes out late, but we have a touchdown. So we'll have to see what the flag is.
And Kiefer nearly flies through and makes the tackle, but unable to wrap up the legs. But the flag flying, Sonny, could prove disastrous for North Sanpete.
Sophomore Striker Lee with the touchdown from 1 yard out.
Man, and he's come in and he's had himself a great showing, hasn't he, Sonny?
Yes.
And they are calling a face mask against the Dinos. The penalty decline. Touchdown stands as they increase that advantage up to 34-10 over the Dinos.
Extra point attempt. Contreras has been perfect tonight. Can add another point on to make it 35-10. Long snap count. High snap. Hold is good. Kick is up. Kick is good. 3 left to play, third quarter. 35-10. North Sanpete with the lead. Dinos get the ball back when we return. 95-3 the Peak, where the Dinos play.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
I'm Will Hinckley, number 66. I'm Cole Hinckley, number 72, and you're listening to 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
Welcome back. Carbon Dino football, minute 3 left to play third quarter. It's now 35-10. It's been a good third quarter for North Sanpete. Just good ball control offense. Run that play clock down, picking 4, 5, 6 yards up a pop and just moving the ball down the field. They really have controlled the second half, Aiden.
That they have, Sonny. They've only let the Dinos run 4 plays. Dunn had a beautiful scramble to try and get something going on the Dinos' first drive after stopping the Hawks offense, but a fumble sets North Sanpete up at the 30. They capitalize on that opportunity, and then they do it yet again. North Sanpete dictating how this game is going to be played.
Kick goes out of the end zone. Dinos will start at the 20, first down. So shotgun formation for Carbon. Now they go under center. Dunn. Handoff, little reverse play coming on the left side to Timothy, and he's brought down at the 20-yard line, coming up to make the play for North Sanpete, Seth Birmingham.
And a good stop by North Sanpete yet again, controlling where the Dinos are going to be allowed to go and how far they're going to be allowed to carry that ball. And the story of the second half, Sonny, has been not that far.
Yep. Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. 30 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Homecoming night here for the Carbon Dinos. 21-10 score at halftime. North Sanpete has come out in the third quarter with ball control, scoring on 2 possessions. Dunn wants to throw, rolls right, he's in trouble. Back at the 5-yard line, ball comes loose. Was he down or did it come loose? What are we going to say here? Do we wait for a...
Well, neither option's really great, Sonny. Either you're going to be pinned at the 1 or it's going to be a touchdown for North Sanpete.
Fumble recovered by North Sanpete. They will have the ball on the 2-yard line.
Well, so far, Sonny, the Dinos have been able to run 5 offensive plays, 2 of them resulting in a fumble, the other 3 being incomplete passes or stuffed runs. Just not Carbon's second half.
Well, so in the first half, they had 1 turnover. The last 2 possessions, both possessions have ended in turnover.
Yeah, you had a turnover, a punt, and a turnover, and that's not a recipe for success.
8 seconds left to play here in the third. The ball sitting on the 1-yard lines where they put it. North Sanpete, chance to extend this lead. 2 touchdowns so far in this third quarter, trying to make it their third. Matson goes under center from the 1-yard line. They've had good success on short yardage.
Yeah, no, this is an area they really excel, Sonny.
Handoff, cut inside, touchdown.
And it's a big credit to that offensive line unit. They open up holes big enough for their backs to go through, sometimes big enough that you could probably drive that Ford truck they had driving around the track to open up homecoming night and plow into the end zone. The line just doing an incredible job. They were plagued by holding penalties early on in the contest, but ever since, they've really done a great job in just keeping themselves in check, not giving up many holding penalties, and as a result of that, the scoreboard continues to climb in the Hawks' favor.
Evan Birmingham with the touchdown for North Sanpete to make it 41-10. Contreras on him once again to attempt the extra point. Good snap, the hold, the kick is up, the kick is good. 5 seconds left to play in the third quarter. 42-10, North Sanpete with the lead over the Carbon Dinos. When we come back, Dino football, 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
Carbon High School football on KRPX 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back. Carbon Dino football, 42-10. North Sanpete with the lead over the Carbon Dinos. Dinos will get the ball back.
And, yeah, they're just dictating the pace of this game, Sonny. Yes. Their defense has done a stellar job here in quarter number 2, forcing turnovers and punts from the Dinos. They've just been relentless in their pressure, and that's a big thing for them.
Kick goes in the end zone. Dinos will start from the 20, but their drives have been pitcher perfect drives when you're ahead. They're taking time off the clock. They're in control. And they're putting points on the board. Shortening the game makes it impossible for the team to come back when you have drives where you're getting 4, 5, 6 yards of play. Just move the ball down the field, and that's what's been going on this entire second half for North Sanpete.
Oh, absolutely, Sonny. They've been doing an excellent job in just maintaining the pressure on the Dinos, doing everything that they've needed to come away with the victories.
New quarterback in the game for the Carbon Dinos. Handoff goes up the middle. There's nothing there. No gain, second down.
A new quarterback coming in for Carbon, Sonny, taking his first snaps of the game at the position. Cameron Rigby, the sophomore quarterback, takes the field.
Yep. So that's the end of the third quarter with the score 42-10. North Sanpete will take a break when we come back. Fourth quarter action right here on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Or can I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Jill Jensen in Price today.
Discover the strength and beauty of Flawless Sheeting's metal siding and roofing solutions. Designed to endure and crafted to conserve energy, the products offered by Flawless Sheeting ensure your home not only looks good, but feels good too. Plus, they come with a 40-year warranty. Enjoy superior durability and enhanced comfort year-round with new roofing from Flawless Sheeting. Ready to upgrade? Call Flawless Sheeting at 636-7300 and elevate the weight.
Down 9 yards to go for the Carbon Dinos. Quick pitch comes to the right side, ball on the ground. It picked up by Carbon. Back in the backfield, but then a loss on the play. Ball carrier for the Carbon Dinos Packard. Loss of about 3, make it third down, 13 for the Dinos.
Well, it kind of feels like a diner because of how frequently North Sanpete has been feasting tonight, Sonny. They have set the tone in terms of physicality all throughout the second half, and it's paid dividends for them as they have exploded in the scoring department.
Rigby goes to the sidelines, gets the play, now breaks the huddle and comes to the line of scrimmage for the Carbon Dinos. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers both sides, ball sits near hash mark. Dinos go left to right on your dial. 1 running back stands to the right of Rigby, wants to throw out in the flat. Ball caught by Finch up at the 25-yard line. It's going to be fourth down and 5 yards to go for the Dinos.
Well, first pass for Rigby, first completion. A great start for the sophomore as he enters into the contest.
Sandoval comes in to punt the ball away for the Carbon Dinos. Back to receive the kick is Osborne. He'll stand at the 45-yard line of North Sanpete. 10:48 left to play. There's the snap, the kick. Short kick, takes a bounce across the 50 and then rolls to the 45-yard line, and that's where North Sanpete will take over. 1st and 10 on the 45-yard line when we come back. 42-10. Dinos trail, North Sanpete with the ball.
We're not going out on a limb when we say,
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen. Fantastic food, fun atmosphere. Known for their made-from-scratch pizzas, Juniper has the very best pastas, burgers, salads, wraps, hoagies, paninis, appetizers, loaded sodas, desserts, vegan and vegetarian options. Dine in for lunch or dinner, Tuesday through Friday, 11 till 8. Saturdays, noon till 8. Order online at juniperkitchenutah.com with DoorDash delivery. Stop beating around the bush for a great meal.
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen and Price.
Carbon High School football on KRPX 95.3 The Peak.
First down, 10 yards to go for North Sanpete. Ball sitting on the 45-yard line of North Sanpete. Hawks with a ball, handoff up the middle. Pickup of 3 on the play for the ball carrier. Once again, that is Stryker Lee.
Yeah, and Stryker Lee has come into the game, and he's really made a name for himself. He's been weaving, winding, dodging, dipping, and he's able to navigate the field so effortlessly. He's been fun to watch for North Sanpete, one of those tone setters here in half number 2.
He's a sophomore.
And that's what's scary, Sonny. A lot of these pretty much every team we call sees a lot of underclassmen getting major minutes. So going to be the region's not getting any easier, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Second down, we'll call it 7. Matson goes under center for North Sanpete. Dinos showing possible blitz here. They back off. Handoff goes up the middle. Running room to the 50-yard line. Pickup of 3. Third down and 5. Ball carrier that time is Osborne.
And they're doing what they've done all second half and throughout the game, Sonny. They just grit and grind. They wear you down. And once they can find their opening, they're going to take off. I've said that a few times, but that's because that's their game plan, and they're sticking to it. And that's the thing, is they have a level of consistency going that really makes it hard to stop. They're going with the old adage, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you can get 4 or 5 yards of rush, why would you change it up?
Third down, 5. Matson under center once again. Little reverse play going around the right side to Allred. He has running room across the 50, 45, down to the Carbon 35-yard line. Late flag comes in. I think that's going to be a late hit on the Dinos.
Yeah, that'd be my guess as well, Sonny. He was tiptoeing the sideline as he picked up that first down, but that little piece of fabric is going to looking to give him an extra 15 off that run. So penalties weren't really an equation for the Dinos in the first half and into the third, but some frustration starting to boil over on the field.
Going to be a first down.
And it looked like a timeout called by Carbon.
That's going to move the ball all the way down to the 21-yard line.
And that's a major boost in yards for North Sanpete. Back into the red zone they go. Sonny, it's important to keep in mind that a score here puts us into the mercy rule and a running clock situation the remainder of the game. It's been a tale of 2 halves, Sonny.
Yes.
Carbon played spectacularly in that first half, offensively, defensively. I loved what I saw. Not much to smile about here in the second half of action. It's been all North Sanpete all the time. They've dictated the pace of the game. They've played physical. They've really just established whatever they want to do here in the contest.
Yeah, it was a 7-3 at the end of 1 and 21-10 at the half.
A very manageable game. They get the stop to open up the second half, but a fumble sets up a North Sanpete score. Carbon gets the ball back, doesn't do anything for 3 and out. Punt the ball, North Sanpete scores. They try again. Fumble sets them up at the 1-yard line and a score.
First down and 10. The ball's sitting on the 21-yard line. Matson once again goes under center. Handoff up the middle. Maybe a yard to the 20. Second down.
Advancing little by little, waiting for their opening to strike yet again. North Sanpete in the red zone, and the thing about them, Sonny, is they know if they cannot find themselves in good scoring position, the leg of Contreras is going to be able to hit from this range. I was looking at Contreras' statistics while we were in the last entry timeout, and if I am correct, I believe he has not missed an extra point all season long.
Second down, 9. 8:19 and running left to play in the ball game. 42-10. Hawks with the lead in the ball. Trying to add to that. There's a little jet sweep coming around the left side. It is Osborne across the 20 down to the 15-yard line.
A lot of great outside blocking by North Sanpete on that one. One lineman I'd like to personally identify on this one, Michael Harward, the senior, able to get a nice hook block, seal Maddox Wilson, as Osborne able to navigate and cut back, opening up a lane for an even bigger gain, setting up a 3rd and 4 situation.
Sorensen turned him inside. Nichols finished the play off. Third down, we'll call it 4. Matson under center. Ball sitting on the 16-yard line. Handoff. Lee finds running room across the 10, down to the 5. Here comes a flag.
Sometimes as a lineman, it's very satisfying to get that pancake block, bring your defender down to his back by sheer power, but there's a time and a place for that, and that's not when your teammate is about 15 yards up the field away from the line of scrimmage. Those are the worst kinds of holding penalties you can get, Sonny.
Flag comes in from the line judge. It's holding on North Sanpete. That will be their 13th penalty for 132 yards.
Well, you got to give them credit. Entering the second half, they had about 95 penalty yards. So now they've definitely played a much more disciplined game in the second half. But at the same time, you can't afford to be giving up that many penalties.
4 for 40 here in the second half.
We got our final score from the clash down in Cedar City. Cedar defeats Richfield 49-41, likely maintaining that top ranking.
Under center, third down, 14 yards to go for the Hawks. Handoff goes to Lee. Nothing doing this time. Maybe a couple of yards.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to spot him with about 3 on that one, Sonny. They try and run the same play that set them up very well before the holding call, but this one unable to get the same results as attempt number 1.
Sandoval on the tackle for the Carbon Dinos, making it 4th down and 12.
So a long shot, and looks like field goal unit is coming out. A field goal, too, puts this into a running clock situation the remainder of the game. And with 6:50 left, Sonny, not much game left to be had.
4th and 12. The ball's going to be set down on the 40 for Contreras. It will be a 50-yard field goal. Remember now, if this is missed, it's not where the ball was kicked. If it goes past the goal line, it'll come out to the 20, but it's not going to do that. This kick is down, up, and good from 40 yards out.
That kid's got a leg, Sonny. If you can have a weapon like that, you look at his position listing on Max Preps on the Deseret News. He's listed strictly as the kicker punter, and, well, it shows off on kicks like that. Puts North Sanpete up 45-10. 6:30 left to go here in quarter number 4 on homecoming night. And just a complete second half collapse by Carbon has led to this score. It was a much closer contest as we entered, even at the end of the first drive of this series. And North Sanpete just came out and they wanted it more.
They've also played a much cleaner second half penalty-wise.
That they have, and that's been a major part. We saw a lot of plays that should have been major gains for the Hawks in half number 1 that were called back due to penalties, holding, or otherwise. But now they've done a much better job in keeping those in check, with the exception of that one that cost them what could have been a good touchdown position. But the field goal is good nonetheless, and they build that lead up.
45-10, 6:30 left to play after the game. We'll have the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game show. Don't go anywhere here on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. Deep kick. Fielded at the 5-yard line. Here come the Dinos the other way to the 10, to the 15-20. Across the 20 to the 25. Still on his feet. The ball carrier gets out to the 30, and it was Timothy bringing it out for the Carbon Dinos.
I love watching Taker Timothy run. That's a guilty pleasure of mine, Sonny. He's so electric as he navigates down the field, does an excellent job trying to navigate these defenses, and with a treacherous terrain like we've seen on the turf tonight, it's always interesting to see how players adapt, and Timothy has done a good job at doing just that.
First down 10 for the Carbon Dinos. Ball sits on the 30. Shotgun formation for the Dinos. Rigby, quick throw out in the flat. Ball caught at the line of scrimmage, but no gain on the play. Out there to make that catch. For the Carbon Dinos, it will be a no gain.
Making it was Dominic Fox, the junior wide receiver on the play, Sonny. 2 pass attempts for Rigby, 2 completions. That one, though, not going much forward.
Okay, we got second down, 9 yards to go for the Dinos. Dinos break the huddle with 5 minutes left to play. 45-10 the score. As you said, next week we'll be on the road against Delta. We will be there. 6:30 for the pregame show, 7 o'clock kickoff. Throw down the middle of the field. The ball's incomplete. Ball intended for home. Falls through his hands. He was there.
That was a beautifully placed ball by Rigby,
yes.
too. That's one of those ones you're going to be watching film and kicking yourself about because there was not a defender in reach either. That could have been a surefire touchdown for the Dinos. But what I liked about Rigby in that play, he gets into the pocket, notices it collapsing around him. He steps up, delivers a strike downfield. He doesn't retreat backwards, allowing a big sack if it were to come. He wisely navigates forward, delivers a dot, just couldn't find the hands of the receiver. Well, it did find the hands, but more quickly found the ground.
That was a sophomore to a sophomore there for the Carbon Dinos. 3rd down 9. Shotgun formation once again for Rigby, wants to throw. Flushed out of the pocket, in trouble, keeps it himself, gets across the 30 to the 34-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 6 for the Dinos.
Hey, able to get a gain of about 2 on that rush. Again, navigating the pocket very well, steps up, doesn't see anyone open, tucks the ball, and decides to go for a few more yards.
Sandoval comes on. The Dinos will punt this ball away. And I don't think North Sanpete really believes they're going to punt this ball.
Yeah, they're playing it as if they think they're going to go for it. I mean, you look back, no one back deep. Yeah. The deepest one about 10 yards back playing that safety position.
He does. Kick away. Travels to the 30-yard line, bounces to the 25, rolls down to the 22-yard line, and be touched dead there by Finch, and it'll be 1st down and 10 for North Sanpete. The ball sitting at the 23-yard line with 3:09 left to play.
And wisely reaching down and downing that ball much more quickly, learning from their past mistakes in this game. That's what they've got to do at this juncture because the game out of reach for the Dinos. I think it's fair to say, barring a miraculous comeback, but with 3:09 remaining, hope is slim.
45-10, North Sanpete with the lead in the ball. Carbon Dino football, 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. As we said, don't forget, Utah Utes playing on our sister station tomorrow. KOAL 107.3 FM, 7:50 AM. Raiders will play on Sunday. So lots of football on Castle Country Radio.
God, it is. I love this time of year, Sonny. Football is one of my favorite sports, and it's always exciting to see.
New quarterback, handoff up the middle. Pickup of about 6 on the play, the ball carrier.
So we got a final score coming out of South Sevier. They defeat the Delta Rabbits, our opponent next week, 69-27. Fun fact for you, Sonny, this is the first time in 46 years that South Sevier has beat Delta. So a drought ends in Delta. They're going to be hungry for payback as we enter their realm next week. But a game, I think the Dinos, they have some cleanup work to do. That's for sure heading into the coming week of practice. But I think they can definitely beat the Rabbits.
Sophomore Joshua White, the quarterback now for the Hawks. As the clock says, 1:55 and running. Handoff comes around the left side, enough for a 1st down. Move the chains up to the 35-yard line. Ball carrier for North Sanpete is Hafen, the freshman.
And Caleb Sorensen does a good job grabbing his legs and wrapping him up, fighting through a stiff arm to get the stop, but not before they get another Hawk 1st down. They've really racked those up here in the second half. We talked about it at the end of the third. They nearly doubled their output from the first half in the third quarter, and they're just continuing that trend, grounding, pounding the ball, relentless.
Corver Haven picking up the 1st down for North Sanpete with 1:15 and running left to play. They just take their time. They break the huddle. They watch when that play clock, when the referee says, 5 seconds, they wait. They're very good at controlling the clock, and they'll down it here with a minute left to play.
That they did, and the one stretch of time where they weren't good at controlling the clock was when the Dinos found a lot of life at the end of that second quarter.
Yes.
When they weren't able to get the control, that's when they struggled. But as soon as they were able to get back into that groove, that's when it turned into dominance for North Sanpete.
Down to 40 seconds. Hawks just come to the line of scrimmage. They just stand there, wait. Take a knee, down to 27 seconds left to play, and that will do it. here from Carbon High School. The final score tonight, North Sanpete 45 and the Carbon Dinos 10. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will have the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
You're looking for somewhere you can be proud to work. Komatsu is looking for you. Komatsu is a leading manufacturer of construction, mining, forestry, and industrial heavy equipment. Komatsu currently has openings for seasoned welders, journeyman electricians, and MSHA certified electricians, as well as master machinists. At Komatsu, not only will your skills be rewarded with competitive wages, but you'll also enjoy benefits like a robust 401k plan. Grow with Komatsu. Go to komatsu.com or call Tanner at 636-6150.
The more things change,
the more they stay the same.
Yes, Mr. Automotive has a new building in Huntington.
But that just means the services they offer just got better.
Detailing and mechanic work are being added to the already great service Mr. Automotive had already offered.
And all deals are still done with the owner at the lowest prices possible.
New building, same best prices, and more auto services. Go to MrAutomotiveSales.com or stop by the dealership, 21 South Main, Huntington. Mr. Automotive, the best for less.
I'm Will Hinckley, number 66. I'm Cole Hinckley, number 72, and you're listening to 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
Welcome back, Carbon Dino Football, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show. Carbon Dinos fall short tonight, 45-10 to North Sanpete. The team now here and acknowledging the fans that came to the game tonight. You got to love that. School song. Dinos just fall short tonight, and you got to give credit to North Sanpete. They just played a very good second half, and when we go over these team stats, it's going to explain it, Aiden.
Yeah, no, it really will tell the story of the game, Sonny. It was a tale of two halves for the Carbon Dinos. They were playing to their style in half number one. They were able to find running lanes. They were able to establish the pass. But as soon as North Sanpete was able to put together and control the clock heading into half number two, that's when the game completely changed. Two key turnovers coming in the third quarter. Turnover leads to a North Sanpete touchdown, a 3-and-out North Sanpete touchdown, and another fumble at the 1-yard line leads to a North Sanpete touchdown.
Take a look at the stats. First downs. The Dinos had 8 first downs in the first half. They had none in the second. North Sanpete had 9 first downs in the first half. They had 11 in the second for 20 first downs. The penalty situation, Dinos had 6 for 55 in the game. North Sanpete 13 for 132. That's something that the coach will want to clean up. Too many penalties for North Sanpete today that made this game in doubt longer because of the penalties.
No, when
right?
When you're on pace, when you go into the half on pace for 200 yards of penalties, that's not a stat you're going to look at as a coach and smile no matter what the final score may say.
Right.
That's just undisciplined football because a lot of those were very avoidable penalties. We're talking about procedure penalties, some personal fouls, and some holdings. You can't have those and expect to be a winning football team. Now tonight, the exception to that rule.
North Sanpete had no turnovers tonight. Now, we've seen a lot of teams this year take good care of the football. North Sanpete did that tonight. 0 turnovers. Dinos had 1 in the first half. They had 2 in the second. They were costly. They end up with 3 turnovers tonight.
And, when you run the ball as much as North Sanpete does, you expect the arms to get a little tired or running back to get a little too lax and get loose and get the ball punched out. That wasn't the case. A very well-disciplined aspect of the game for North Sanpete was keeping a strong hold of that ball as soon as they felt contact, wrapping it up and going to the ground strong.
So scoring by quarters, at the end of one, North Sanpete led 7-3. It was a good competitive first quarter and a half. The second quarter, North Sanpete outscored Carbon 14-7, 21-10 game at the half, 2-possession game. Dinos in it, but the third quarter was the big difference.
And the thing,
21-0.
And the thing was, they get the stop on the first drive of the third quarter, and we felt a sense of hope up here in the Sutherland's broadcast booth. We thought, you get the stop, you can go down, get a score, and you're right back in this one. But North Sanpete's defense, got to give them credit, came up in a very big way, forces the fumble from Dunn, and they're able to score on the ensuing possession. They took advantage of any opportunity the Dinos threw their way, and they did it in a massive way. They really did dictate the pace of this game from start to finish.
They outscored them 21-0 in the third quarter, North Sanpete, and then they outscored the Dinos 3-0 in the fourth to finish the game off the final score 45-10. So they will move to 5-2 overall, 2-2 in region play, will North Sanpete.
And the Dinos fall to 2-5, 0-4 in region play. Still 3 more games to go in the season. Next week, like we talked about, going to be a road trip taking ourselves to Delta. Back to Central Utah we go, just a week removed from heading down to Juab. A bit of a drive down to Delta, but we do it because we enjoy Carbon football. It's such a good time, a good atmosphere to be around. And then back to region play to close things out. They'll come back to take on the Manti Templars, and then we end on a road trip and on a Thursday, nonetheless, as we go on to take on the Cedar Reds, the top-ranked team in the state at this time.
Yep, so the schedule does not get any easier.
It doesn't.
For the Carbon Dinos.
No, Sonny, we talk about it all the time.
Yes.
This is a gauntlet of a schedule.
Yes.
3A as a whole is rough. 3A South in particular.
Yes.
I feel like it's even worse. You look through it. You look through that top 5. We run through Cedar, top team in the state. We play them later on. Richfield, we saw them. Manti, we see them. Juab, we saw them last week. North Sanpete, we saw tonight. Canyon View, we saw. Out of that top 10, we play almost every team. There is no team outside of the top 10 from 3A South.
Yep, absolutely. Once again, the final score tonight, 45-10. We will take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have scores from around the state. As Aiden keeps us up to date on that, we'll have scores. We'll talk a little bit more about tonight's game, so don't go anywhere.
Show your school
Credit Union post-game show. Carbon Dinos fall short tonight, 45-10 to North Sanpete.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
At Oliver Law, we specialize in criminal defense and DUI. Everyone needs to know their rights. Let us guide you through the criminal justice minefield. At Oliver Law, we still believe in innocent until proven guilty.
In the heart of Carbon and Emory counties, Quick Realty is here to help you make the right move. Experience the future of home buying with our Matterport 3D tours, giving you an immersive look at your potential home from anywhere. Meet our dedicated team of local professionals, just real people who care, walking you through every step of the way. As a Zillow Premier and Realtor.com specialist, Quick Realty is your trusted expert, handling everything from residential, commercial, and mountain properties to property management. Your dream home is just a call away. Let Quick Realty help you find it.
Having a great local pharmacy that you can rely on is important. At Price Family Pharmacy, transferring your prescriptions is simple and hassle-free. Just call us at 637-3737 and we'll take care of the rest. Need your medication delivered right to your door? We offer free delivery to make your life even easier. Managing multiple medications? Ask about our convenient med packing services to keep you organized and on track. Visit Price Family Pharmacy and experience a team that genuinely cares. Feel better about your pharmacy. Choose Price Family Pharmacy today.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
Plumbing issues don't happen every day, but when they do, it's good to know that there's a plumber you can trust right here in the Castle Country. The Swell Plumber has over 30 years of experience and has proven that he's reliable. Here's what some customers have said about the Swell Plumber.
Kurt was amazing. He came out to the house the same day and got quotes to us very quickly.
Kurt kept in touch with us with updates as things progressed. I was definitely pleased.
For residential and commercial plumbing, go to theswellplumber.com and book your appointment today.
Picture this. A sudden burst pipe, flames engulfing your kitchen. Disaster strikes when you least expect it. But fear not, because Restore Wizard of Price is here to save the day. Their team of restoration experts is ready to tackle any fire or flood emergency from start to finish. They're not just here to fix the damage, they're here to restore your peace of mind. Don't let disaster catch you off guard. Call Restore Wizard of Price, 637-9165. Restore Wizard, the magic of a fresh start. The time is now to join the JN Auto Experience. Browse quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs at our Price or Huntington lots. JN Auto can even help you get financing. Get fast, expert mechanic service to keep your vehicle running smoothly. Treat your car to a spotless wash or make it shine with professional detailing. Even rent a car. All in one convenient stop. JN Auto. Driven forward.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Carbon High School football on KRPX 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back to the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game show. Tonight, the final score, once again, North Sanpete 45 and the Carbon Dinos 10. Good second half of football for North Sanpete. They came out in the second half. They took care of business. They took care of the ball. They had time-consuming drives that shortened the second half, and complete control for the Hawks in the second half of this game to come away with the 45-10 win.
Yeah, no, and I think the biggest difference maker for North Sanpete entering half number 2 was the penalty situation. They approached 100 yards in penalties at the end of the first half. They cleaned up their act at the halftime. I don't know what was said in that locker room, but obviously it inspired them to stop holding and stop committing personal fouls, and that was a real difference maker on offense, because those big plays we saw that in the first half were called back due to a penalty were able to stand, and they really just took advantage of it. Once they got that going and the defense started firing on all cylinders, North Sanpete dictated the pace of the game, and from there on out, it was all North Sanpete all the time.
As we said, we will be at Delta next week. Pregame show 6:30, kickoff 7 o'clock. We'll be there for that. Let's go around the state of Utah and get some scores from Aiden.
And you know, Sonny, it was a good night for high school football. A lot of exciting
a lot of good games. Yes.
Both in region, out of region. We start with a non-region one. Manti defeats San Juan 38-28. like I said earlier, I'm a little biased, but whenever San Juan can lose, I'm a little happy about it because they're too good. That's the thing. It's like watching the Patriots during their prime. Sometimes you got to root for the underdog or someone just to beat the overdog every once in a while. So that was an entertaining result there. Grantsville defeats Ogden 42-7. Cedar City wins a nail-biter against Richfield 49-41 in a game played at Cedar. Interested to see how that one could play out at a neutral site.
Yeah, that was a big game there tonight for the 3A.
That it is. Morgan defeats Ben Lomond 56-0. Juab smokes Canyon View at Canyon View 39-10, and Logan defeats Union at 31-10. Logan riding a 2-game win streak now. Over on the 2A side of things, Layton Christian wins 56-0 over Judge Memorial. South Sevier defeats Delta 69-27, and again, looking at the statistics there, first time in 46 years South Sevier has defeated the Delta Rabbits. Emory blanks Grand 69-0. South Summit and Summit Academy both tied at 34 in an overtime thriller. Summit Academy comes roaring back, scoring 19 points in the fourth quarter to South Summit's 8. So a very thrilling conclusion due there. And then looking at some key 1A results just over the hill, Duchesne defeats Gunnison Valley 55-8. Beaver snaps a losing streak, winning 42-6 against North Summit.
So scores from around the state, lots of big games tonight, and the games get bigger as we get close to the end of the football season. It's hard to believe we're saying that. We have 3 games left.
No, I was shocked when we reached mid-season a few weeks ago, and now the fact that we're at homecoming and only 3 games remain in the regular season, it's a tough pill to swallow, Sonny. I enjoy football season. This is a fun time of year, and it's fun following along with the Carbon Dinos. You know, even though I have to spend some time with you, it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
We'll be right around the corner. Basketball season will be at the hardwood floor and doing basketball games.
It's an era at Carbon High School where we're seeing a lot of new head coaches around all the sports, and you can kind of feel a culture shift coming in Carbon County, and you can tell by the body language of the players, winning or losing. They stand tall. There's a lot of discipline from these teams, and I think we're seeing a major shift in attitude in Carbon County.
So once again, the final score tonight, 45-10. The Carbon Dinos fall short to the North Sanpete Hawks. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll finish out the broadcast tonight. 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play.
Welcome to Emory and Carbon Animal Health, where Dr. Jensen and his staff greet you and your pet with caring smiles. Our exam rooms are clean and inviting. Our accredited doctors offer many procedures, including examinations, surgery, dentistry, and boarding. Schedule an appointment today. 2 locations to serve you. Emory and Carbon Animal Health. Animals big and small. We care for them all.
It's fun! It's our favorite place.
Strike up family fun for everyone. Gateway Lanes. Families that play together stay together. And Gateway Lanes is your center for fun, snacks, and great food. So let Gateway Lanes do the cooking with open and league bowling year-round and Club Bowl Thursday night, 9 till 11:30, with unlimited bowling including shoes. Since 1989, Helper's Hometown Bowling Center, Gateway Lanes, South Main Street in Historic Helper, and bowlhelper.com. Let's roll.
Our home flooded when the refrigerator line broke. We felt helpless, didn't know what to do. Our neighbors told us to call On Call Restore. They really came through for us.
Serving all of southeastern Utah, they're fast and professional. 24/7 emergency services for water, fire, and mold. They even do emergency board-ups. And as a licensed insured general contractor, they do the remodeling as well. Call for a free quote, 650-1092.
Bringing you peace of mind during the worst of times. Call On Call, 650-1092.
We'll be on our way.
Golfers, get ready for year-round fun at Swing and Swear. Step into the action with over 43,000 world-class courses to choose from. No passport required. Rain or shine, you can tee off indoors. Multiple bays, club rentals, tables, chairs, and concessions. It's the perfect spot to practice your game, celebrate with friends, or spend time with family. From the serious golfer to first-timers, everyone is welcome to join the fun. Swing and Swear, located just off Ridge Road. Call 299-6200 to schedule a tee time today.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
I'm Will Hinckley, number 66. I'm Cole Hinckley, number 72, and you're listening to 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
Welcome back to the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game show tonight. Once again, final score 45-10, North Sanpete with the win over the Carbon Dinos. Don't forget, on KOAL tomorrow, the Utah Utes will be on as they battle against West Virginia. And then don't forget, on Sunday, the Raiders. So lots of football on Castle Country Radio for this weekend and in the upcoming weekends. We got a lot of football.
Yeah, that we do, Sonny. And like I said, this is my favorite time of year. I'm a big fan of football, mainly the high school and collegiate levels. Not a big fan of the pros lately, but I love football in general. And this is a magical time of year where those lights shine on Friday nights, and there's a feeling you can't replicate anywhere else. It's something that unites community, and we saw that in full force today. The community showed up in force for the Dinos, cheering them on in tonight's homecoming contest, and that's been the case throughout the week. Lots of cheering for the Dinos. I've loved what I've seen from this community. Just an incredible turnout for the team.
All right, well, with that, we're going to call it an evening here at Carbon High School. Once again, the final score, North Sanpete with a win 45-10. We will see you next week at Delta. The pregame show, 6:30. Kickoff 7 o'clock. I want to thank Aiden Mortensen. I want to thank Dave Hokinson. Does a great job on the camera. What a great group I get to work with every Friday night. So much fun.
No, the feeling's mutual, Sonny. I love spending time with you two, wherever we're at home, on the road, northern, central, southern. It's just a great time traveling around, covering the Dinos.
And the best part, we get to cover the Carbon Dinos.
That is. No, it doesn't get much better than this.
So with that, we're going to call it an evening. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. Once again, the final score tonight, North Sanpete 45 and the Carbon Dinos 10. Go Dinos!